World Star! They always say World Star in the World Star videos.
Yeah, you see videos of like guys getting stabbed in the face with a screwdriver.
World Star! With a big ice pick.
Yeah.
I saw one where like the dude was like afraid the guy was gonna come after him, so he
the
whispered
cameraman?
it.
Oh, yeah.
No, there was like some dude like beating the fuck out of another guy, and the cameraman was like hiding and filming it. And he was like, "World Star, World Star."
That was ASMR. You didn't know. World Star hip hop.
We were watching. Have you guys seen that the Toontown fight?
Toontown fight. What's the Toontown fight?
It's this crazy fight that happens in fucking Disneyland and Toontown specifically.
Oh, it's a real. You're saying really in real life?
It is it's like a family or something. So it's like men, women, old women, like just all punching the fuck out of each other.
Generations upon.
And, and it's like Super Smash Brothers because like halfway through, like one of them turns and starts like hitting the one that was like helping him earlier.
I thought you were gonna say like someone grabs like the old lady and throws her off like Donkey Kong.
She does get thrown. There's an old lady that gets like thrown off a rascal.
Somebody should edit that video with
Find that Smash Bros. Music.
Yeah.
Put the theme.
Put the health bars down at the bottom, like the percentages.
But yeah, we watched it like 6 times to try to figure out like what the fuck is going on in this video because it's just
you
so
didn't
nuts.
watch the figure. You just wanted to see people getting killed.
I mean, that's true too. But
did you see the video tangentially related? It's only tangentially related because it takes place. It's either Disneyland. I always mix the two up. Disneyland, Disney World. There was a woman who like pissed in a cup. And
why do you have to burp right after saying that?
Maybe
you nasty.
Made me sick thinking about it. But the video is like security saying you really need to leave, and she's like, and she sounds like that woman in the Uber guy freaking out video. She's like, sir, I had to go to the bathroom, sir. And also the area that she said she went to the bathroom in is like a giant open area, but it's not caught on footage. But I love the idea of somebody who pissed so bad inside of a Disneyland that they pissed in a cup.
You know what? When you gotta go, you gotta go.
Yep. You're not you when you have to piss at Disneyland.
No, here's the truth. This is the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God. You ready?
Yes.
I have been in a situation before. Okay, first of all, I've judged people who in public places, right?
You say like on the street?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it happen, and I've gone.
You've seen people shit in the
I
street.
saw a old homeless woman spraying diarrhea all over the center of the street. But that's one thing. But I've seen videos of people just like walking through grocery stores and then they kick turds out of their trousers.
Yeah, it's like mostly women too. Which is
weird. It's always women.
They shit down their blouse and like kick it like behind like the cucumbers. And
but even after seeing that, I had a situation like 2 weeks ago where I was like literally going to shit my pants, and I was desperately trying to find a bathroom, and there was nowhere to shit, and I was like, I might actually shit myself. And then I found a bathroom like last second, and I shit.
That to me is the worst. Like specifically big cities like LA and New York, that nobody ever lets you use their bathroom.
Yeah.
But dude, so often I have to piss all the time because I drink coffee and water like crazy, and I just have a weak bladder. But yeah, so often I'll run into somebody's place, and probably like more than a dozen times I've had to be like, I will literally buy, because they'll go, well, you can't use the bathroom unless you buy some. I'm like, I'll literally give you $5 if I can just piss.
Yeah.
Speaking of which.
Goodbye.
Okay, so so people don't know what's happening. Adam wanted to play MapleStory, and I'm like, oh, I played MapleStory back in the day. And he's like, let's play MapleStory. And so here we are. But also, I want to talk about what happened last night about MapleStory, remember? And you were like, I'm gonna get to level 30 in MapleStory. And I'm like, okay. And you're like, you don't believe me? And I'm like, no. And then you were like, okay, how much you want to bet? And I'm like, $7. You're like, that's too low. You can tell the story. You can add more to it.
No, because you're getting it all wrong.
I'm not getting anything wrong. That was explicitly accurate detail. You're the one getting it wrong. Orbis is like, these are like places you're gonna go. They're just like teasing it with. This is like supposed to be like a play.
So basically, Corey, take it away.
Okay. Well, anyway, since Adam's dodging the story. Basically, he's like, I can do it $7, and he's like, I'm not doing it for $7.
No, he said 25.
Yeah, he said 25. Like, that's still too low. I'll do it for $500. And I'm like, well, what the f is wrong? $500. First of all, if you're doing a bet, it's like, hey, you bet I can touch my elbow to my chest or something? And you're like, oh, I bet you can't. How about $5? You're like, oh, actually $500. Like, that's insane.
Yeah, because it wouldn't be worth $5. You wanted me to stay up all night long, grinding to level 30.
You did, Adam.
No,
you were the one who said, I'm gonna get to level 30, and I'm like, no way. You're like,
first off, the Uber driver made me angry.
Okay, we'll get to the Uber driver.
So I was already heated.
Quit dodging this story.
Yeah, you can't just go on another tangent. You gotta finish your
Yeah,
story.
okay. What are you, me? You gotta go to the previous story.
You guys combined is a really bad idea.
No, it's,
Wait, no, just explain.
It's
Explain
chaos
what we were
incarnate. It's all we've ever wanted.
Talk about.
What were we talking about? We were talking about you were wanting to play MapleStory, and you started and you initiated it. You were like,
MapleStory.
I could get to level 30, and I'm like, no way. And then you started forcing me to pay you $500 to prove
I
it.
didn't force you to shit. I said if you want me to do this, I'm gonna empty my bank account for this. I said I'm risking all of it tonight.
I'm not, dude. I can't afford $500 on a
I
bet
can't
if you can
either.
reach level 30.
That's the point. I can't either, bro.
Adam, you can't create bets that you can't fulfill. That is such a pussy move.
I would fulfill it. I'm saying
would
it
not.
would bankrupt me. It would bankrupt me.
Adam, you-
But I would bankrupt myself, but I also have the chance of
Jesus
getting
Christ!
I was telling you logically could.
Yeah.
I was telling you logically could not do it because a level up system will not reward you with a faster level up as you level up.
Yeah.
If you're
Adam,
playing the
I just
game,
think I'm more mature than you.
only no wrong.
Adam.
You only have 9 hours between.
Yeah.
No,
when,
but we're
And
talking
you
about
didn't
12
do it.
hours.
You didn't do it.
you didn't do it.
I
You-
did it because we didn't make the bet.
Even if you did,
didn't make the
you would
bet.
not have been able to get from level 1 to level 30
Listen,
in 9
Rodney,
hours. It's
Adam,
impossible.
the next time you make a bet you can't fulfill, we're allowed
I
to
could've
remove one of
fu-
your nuts.
I could have
one nut. And
I'm
you have to be
sweating
You
awake
bullets
didn't
for it.
though. You didn't fulfill it.
Because you didn't bet me. You're like, I'm not gonna do that.
I said even if I did, you couldn't.
I'm sweating so hard right now.
I don't know why. Why
I'm
you
just
get so
saying,
worked
Adam,
up?
you are not a man of your word.
Yeah,
I'm
Adam.
stressing out because everyone's slandering
You
me.
own.
I'm not slandering you.
You're slandering my name.
You owe
This
Corey
is a friend
$500.
zone. Yeah, you owe me $500 now.
But Corey's
After
really
Boner
nice and he
Town,
doesn't
we're
want it.
friend zoned.
Yeah, I was the one being nice, and I'm like, here, Adam, you can keep the 500. Do you remember that?
I got friend zoned after, but I'm fighting these. I don't have to fight. Oh man, I killed 10 more than I had
What
to.
the fuck are you doing?
How intense
You
was that?
stood in one spot. We need to play this game.
Oh, no.
You're already getting into the Maple gameplay. We haven't even done any
You're
fucking
right.
quests.
Maybe I couldn't make it to level 30.
Does every character start off as an apple man?
Yeah,
That's
even
cute.
the women.
Yeah, that's the problem, Adam. You would be high and crossfading, and I'd be like, all right, Adam, level 30, and you would just be in this area. You'd be like, what? It'd be like later you get like 70 things of like drums. So you'd be like, oh, oops.
Adam,
Quest
explain
complete.
how you ordered beer and then the Uber Eats
Oh,
man
it's so
showed up
funny.
without the beer. And then you were
Explain
so
it.
high that you argued with him while smiling.
Yeah,
Oh, that was
explain
so
it in vivid
awkward.
detail.
Okay.
We had a crazy night, dude.
It was really fucking insane. But Uber Eats, the damn bastards. I goddamn on the Uber Eats. Wait, hold on.
No,
You're
you're right.
horrible at telling
You're on the
stories.
story,
No,
dude.
I'm not.
You are.
Let me try again. Let me try again.
Reset.
Reset. Breathing. Alright, so basically, I ordered alcohol and chasers, right? And you would think like you order 2 cranberry juices on 420 and a Sprite and a bottle of alcohol, you would get the fucking alcohol.
Yeah.
But they dropped off the cranberry juice, another cranberry juice, and the Sprite, and forgot
Yeah.
the fucking
You got-
$50 bottle of alcohol.
You got
Yeah.
absolutely played. When you told me the story that fucking prospected from that is total nonsense. The
Yeah.
guy actually was like, you got a Tito's, right? And you were like, what? And then he just
Bastard.
left.
Yeah.
He totally just took the fucking Tito's out and stuck it under his driver's seat. He fucked you. And you just allowed it to happen because you were high and confused. I understand.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
was
blaming
I
you.
was so angry, but I was also I hadn't smoked in a month, so I was really high. And I was just smiling at him, like yelling at him. And I was like, am I smiling right
You
now?
must
Like,
have
oh
looked like a
god.
fucking weird caveman.
I know. That's the whole time I thought that in my head. I was like, why am I smiling? Like, stop smiling.
You absolutely
so weird.
I know.
You made his 420.
Yeah. Oh,
We
wait,
did
what?
eventually get it, but it's just like,
That guy must have been so confused. Why was he smiling and yelling at me?
whatever.
shit,
I hope that guy's fucking car careened off a cliff. That guy is a piece of shit. Who the fuck shows up with juice and soda and then steals the alcohol and then plays it off like they didn't do anything?
He's like, oh, you're missing Tito's.
And to top
Like,
it,
yeah, I know.
to
you
top it
fucking
all
bitch.
off, after all of that, you gave him a 5 because you didn't even realize what you were doing.
Yeah, I was gonna.
You gave him a review. You were like, "Great guy, gave me everything I
Yeah,
ever
that is
wanted."
so
I got back in
stupid.
there. Corey freaked out. I was like, give him a 1 star, and I was like, oh wait, I already gave him a 5 because I just clicked
You're
next.
the king of getting scammed and then like rewarding them because you always.
You're also the king of buying stuff and like, "Oh, I don't like that," and then not eating it or drinking it.
Yeah.
No, I drink what I
No,
buy.
you always are like, oh, my eyes are bigger than my tummy. I'm gonna buy like the biggest
I do
dinner,
have
and
that-
then
I
you
do
eat
have
one
that
bite.
issue.
You're like, I don't want it.
Adam, I'm genuinely surprised. And like, you drink like 4 fucking Red Bulls without even realizing. You're just like, I was thirsty. Like what?
You need to stop.
Dude, I need to, that's probably why I'm sweating profusely right now. I need to go to. Do you see
We're not
this?
doing anything.
You grab this. You grab this.
Oh my God,
I need
are.
a paper towel. I need a paper towel. I'm sweating so hard.
Holy shit,
Why are you sweating
Oh,
so
you're
hard?
pulling my ear hole. You're pulling my ear hole.
ear.
Hold on. I need a paper towel.
I'm not doing anything. We're gonna piss your pants.
Corey,
Adam,
you gotta
lewd.
take over. You gotta progress.
I have to. We're sitting here reading a fucking tutorial. Adam! What'd you do?
He fucking tangled
Adam!
everything. Well, relax. Just stop running around, okay?
Adam!
Just walk slowly.
Alright, Adam, you look like you just ran 100 miles.
This is the
What's your problem?
This is the shittiest recording we've ever done.
so
Sit down.
I'm trying. Yeah, like we're gonna play Maple Story. We stay in like 2 fucking text box the whole game.
The good thing about these things
That's
is
what
we
people
can make it smaller.
This sucks.
Alright,
You're such an asshole.
Corey wanted the freaking Master Shield at Best Buy, but I told him until he has straight A's, he can't have
false,
shit.
wrong, absolutely wrong and incorrect. I wanted a
Did you
screen
see
protector.
the people online at GameStop when you were buying your screen protector were laughing when I was saying until you have straight A's, you can't have shit.
Oh, I
And they
should
were
tell
all
a story.
giggling and fucking laughing at you.
I should tell you a story. Yesterday, I was playing Fortnite with Dave.
More like Blort night.
Yeah, wait, can I tell this?
Go ahead.
Corey popped the fuck off after fucking winner chicken dinner winning an unranked Fortnite match. And what did the guy do? He stands up, cheers, and slams accidentally his Switch on the fucking ground. And dude, I've never seen Corey so
Wait,
happy.
this is so loud.
Woo! Yay! Oh, I'm so glad. I'm a legend.
The volume machine is not working on the fucking...
Well,
we're
have fun.
fucked.
Have fun with that, I guess.
Anyways, you were
Ooh.
saying, Dave, sorry.
Corey dropped his Switch on the ground, his cute little Switch Lite. I've never seen a man's expression fade from happiness to pure sadness.
Yeah.
Corey,
Well, hold, before that, editor, put a clip of the guy when he blows up the car and he's like, oh no! If you know what I'm talking about.
What the fuck are you talking about?
put cat looking depressed standing in the rain and nerd emojis and crying emoji.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, I was fucking depressed. I was really sad because I thought I cracked my Switch Lite screen.
That made me sad. Corey, you get so angry so easily at so many things, but you didn't even get mad. You just immediately got fucking depressed and just slumped down onto the couch.
Yeah, because I was really sad. I thought you know, first world problems. My whole sad little Switch screen was cracked. So
It was funny as fuck though, because then we went to the mall to try and get him a new one, but then fucking Chris, you're wrong. There's no GameStop at the mall, so then we just played DDR and Corey danced sadly. I've never seen somebody dance sadly like fucking Kobeni and Chainsaw Man. You're just fucking just lifelessly fucking hitting every single note in Megalovania on DDR.
yeah.
Guys,
Yes.
shut up. Enough
Okay.
of Corey's sad story.
No, there's an
Okay.
uplifting part to it.
It's not necessary.
Yeah, when Corey fucking laid down and blew himself and came in.
No, I didn't. It's not when I sprayed Comes a Rope on myself. No, it's because when I finally went to my Switch, I was like, I'm gonna peel stuff off it to see if there's anything behind it. And there was actually a plexiglass like safe casing around it, which I didn't even realize.
The Corey had a glass screen protector, so the dumbass didn't even fucking realize that he just broke the screen and protector and up the game. Anyway, Chris, play the fucking music.
I can tell you guys a weird story.
About
Okay.
Pinocchio?
No, me and Corey were out in the mountains earlier, and we were scared that a cougar was going to hurt us.
It's true.
And then we started thinking about Wendigos, and then I was like, oh yeah, I got a Wendigo
Oh
story.
yeah, Chris, you did. I gotta hear about this Wendigo story.
Wow, you're not going to believe this Wendigo story.
I already don't. Go on.
Okay, so
I thought Wendigos were mystical creatures, so I also
I
am
thought they
interested
were
in
only
it.
in America, but just guess what?
Okay.
Me and fucking my friend Patty, right? We went on a fishing camping trip thing. Well, me and a bunch of friends, but anyway, me and Patty were in the car together, and he had failed for like an entire day straight to get his boat working. So he was really angry. He was so, I've never seen him so angry, right? But we were driving away from the river, just defeated. He had driven this fucking boat and engine all the way up from Wexford to like Louth, which is very far. He spent like fucking 6 hours and
you're the famous Mr. Sonic. Can you tell your story?
no, we should read this.
Thank you very much for saving me.
What a polite girl. I highly value politeness. See you later and don't get caught again. I don't do waiting. I'm still in trouble. I need to go help her. Fuck your mom.
That's what made me. You can now cream
I'm a
cream.
father
You
now.
can now cream the rabbit.
Whoa. That's happening.
So he was trying to start the boat and a
Yeah,
Wendigo.
the Wendigo.
Sorry, this is what I'm not kidding, right? This is what happened, right? We were driving
I believe
home.
you.
It was me, Patty, and his girlfriend, and we're all in the car. No one's saying a word because of how angry he is. And nobody wants to like like, you know, piss him off anymore. But me and Patty are just sitting in the front looking forward, and it was like 9 at night, and it had already become pitch black, so it was just the headlights and like dark Irish countryside was all we could see, like this dark Irish road, right?
Chris, you told me that it's like always dark in Ireland.
I mean, it's always cloudy. Except for the summer, when
the chance
sometimes
of
the sun
meatballs.
comes out. But that's, anyways, so we're driving, we're looking out. It's like it's dark and it's scary, and me and Patty are just looking into the distance of where he's driving, and then suddenly, right? I shit you not, right? We're looking, and we just see this bright figure that looked like a fucking like Skinwalker Wendigo thing, right?
Like a fucking like what is it, like a spider?
No, it's like the Skinwalker. It's like we saw a fucking thing that had like deer antlers, and it was hunched over, right?
You're sure it isn't just like the town folk of fucking
No,
Ireland?
I'm gonna get to it, right? This is what happened, right?
Okay.
Me and Patty, we're looking out, and we just see this like literal fucking deer man. Like hunched over, it's gray, its skin is like hanging off it, and it has antlers, right? And it walks across the road from left to right. So at first, it walked out from behind trees, walked across the road, and now it's back into the trees on the right, right?
Yeah.
And me and Patty just like look at each other, and we're like, "Did you just see that?" And he's like, did you see like a deer?" And I was like, "Yes!" Right? He's like a deer man? I'm like, yes!
What the fuck?
Right? And we're both like, what the fuck, right? And then we drive up to where it was. It was way off in the distance, but we finally got to where it was, and we looked to the right. And it's just this like nice old man. He's like, hello.
He's just holding up a deer's like fucking skeleton
it was just
head?
a normal nice old man.
Well then how did he look like
I
a deer?
don't know! We both saw it, and we both said it.
That's scary,
It was
Chris.
fucking weird.
It's just like a Black Mirror episode.
I don't understand
Did
why.
he take
Wait,
note
Chris,
that...
do you know that skinwalkers can take the form of people?
I guess probably.
So he could have just been the nice old man until you turn the corner and his
I
fucking
swear
back
to
split
God,
open like the thing.
This is what we both exactly saw and said to each other.
I believe you now.
It is so weird, and I don't
I didn't
understand.
believe you until you said a happy old man waved at you. Now I
Yeah,
understand.
now it's like, I mean, the thing about like a skinwalker in real life, not in fiction.
Well, here's another thing.
Also, it's
Skinwalkers
not
like
a
Native
Wendigo.
American things,
That's
aren't
not,
they?
That's not a Wendigo, Chris. That's a skinwalker. You saw a skinwalker.
Okay, what's a Wendigo?
A Wendigo is like this like nightmarish spider creature.
Oh.
with
I
ultimate
don't think
strength.
I've ever heard a Wendigo described as a spider. I always thought it was like a
demon.
chimera or like a yeti or something.
It's a demon.
Okay, well, anyway, I saw
a
a fucking
monster.
skinwalker in
It's a
real
ghoul.
life.
Okay.
And we both like looked at each other and was like, what? You saw what I saw? And he's like, yeah. It's like, okay.
It was awesome.
That was weird.
I mean, they're just as scared of you as you are of them.
Yeah,
Old man.
Yeah, well, I
The
mean,
Wendigo man.
It was like the most stereotypical old Irishman wearing a paddy hat and
but
a
if
vest.
you, well, yeah, I mean, because
well, they take the form of what you see. So he probably they read your mind and became the
yeah,
old
they
man
became
you would
like
expect.
the most unthreatening thing. Because like,
Imagine
I don't
if they
know.
turned into like Father Ted, Chris. Would you lose your mind if you saw him because he was like reading your mind at the
Well,
time?
he's dead, yeah.
Well, I know. Well, I guess I mean like a Father Ted lookalike.
I forgot to mention the fucking way it walked across the road. It wasn't like a man. It was like
an old man.
Imagine the things from. No, it wasn't like an old man either. Imagine the things from what's that show with the puppets and they're like that.
Oh, the fucking Black Crystal.
Yes, they were like those things. It was like
Ugh.
hunched over, and look at me,
Like
right?
a Skeksis
I don't
from
like
Dark
that.
Crystal.
I can already
Look at
tell
me.
what you're
It was
talking about.
walking like that. I'm not even kidding. It was like doing that.
That's scary.
It was scary.
I mean, fuck that.
You should have just hit it with your car and then found out it was just
way,
an innocent old man.
It was way in the distance, but we both
Am
saw
I
it.
supposed to like hit the ball?
You're supposed
Oh
to
no,
kill.
I hit the cannon.
You're supposed to kill Dr. Egg.
Well, if you could only carry 3 items with you for the rest of your life,
If
what
you
would
could
they
only
be,
have
Chris? What would be
3
in your box of
tricks.
tricks?
An everlasting baby wipe.
That's true. No, he's not even joking, dude. I'm telling you, I've lived with him.
Hey, you are not gonna pin this on me,
No,
Mister.
honestly, baby wipe.
Baby
Chris-
wipes for wiping your ass are the greatest
Yeah.
things in the world.
Okay, I made fun of Chris because he had like fucking a box of Pampers. It was literally Pampers. Actually, he made me go down and get the Amazon delivery, right? And
Oh, he died.
Chris got Amazon delivery once, and he's like, "No, can you go downstairs and get it?" And then I was like, "Okay." And then like,
Do
I
they
went
make you
downstairs.
sign? Do they go?
give me a
I'm
big
gonna have
box
to
of
ask you.
fucking Pampers.
I'm gonna have to ask you to say goo goo gaga to receive this package, sir.
And like honestly, all these like really hot women walked by when the guy handed me he was like, "Here's your box of Pampers, sir." And I was like, "Oh no." And then I went upstairs and then Chris was like, "These will change your life." And they were like for wiping your ass with instead of toilet paper. And I was like, "Chris, What are you talking about? And then I tried it, and no, it's good.
It
And now
cleans
I
your
tell
ass.
the women.
You know when
up
people
front, I always wipe my tuchus with Pampers.
I've tried 3 things, right? I've tried toilet paper, right? Wipes your ass, fair enough. But then you walk around, your asshole gets itchy, right? Right? Then someone recommended bidets, right? I sprayed water up my asshole, and it's the most uncomfortable feeling in the universe, having a fucking strong jet of water blasting your hole. It's awful. And then you get baby wipes, and you're like, oh, yeah. It disinfects.
That's perfect.
It gets rid of the poop.
It also will dry out your sphinx.
And that too. It's wonderful.
Why is that a good thing?
Yeah, Law, what the fuck are you talking about?
That's a thing.
Drying your sphinx?
Yeah, it's actually kind of, they're not great for you. But it's okay, Chris. The whole purpose of Chris starting this channel is so that he could one day afford to buy himself a new colon. By the time he's 50.
I probably need one.
Yeah, you only have half of one now. It's called your semicolon.
God damn it.
That was for you, Lyle.
That was a good one.
Well, if you were transported to the Sonic 1 bonus level where it spins around and plays the music, you know that level?
I think so. The one where you collect the balls?
You know that song?
The one where you collect the balls, right?
You collect the Chaos Emeralds.
Yeah.
Well, if you were transported to that, but as a full, normal human, how long do you think it would take you to die just from the world spinning around?
Can that kill you?
It can kill you, Lyle, not Sonic. Because he's a ball, but you're a ragdolling human.
I think I'd be fine.
No.
I think I'd be okay.
You would not. You die within, like... I bet you die within, like, an hour.
I think Sonic is softer than me. Like, fundamentally.
Yes.
He's softer as in, he's got a lot of cushion and like, shock absorption, so it wouldn't hurt him as bad.
I mean, you'd think that, what in the fuck am I supposed to be doing here?
You're a hard Italian guy.
There we go.
And your bones stick out.
Yes.
There's no shock absorption.
Wait, since when did I become Italian? Since I didn't contest it immediately? Is that how that works?
You look Italian.
That's what I'm thinking. I think we're onto something.
Well, I'll do a 23andMe.
Yeah, prove it. Prove you're not Italian.
You know what?
I might be
bet
part
you're
Italian.
like I bet you're like Eskimo.
Yeah.
Why?
Because you just always do those kinds of weird Eskimo things.
The chance.
He's always cutting holes in the ground and fishing.
That's, yeah, okay. You got me there. Guilty as charged, but in my defense, there'd be fish in this lake.
We're on the 2nd floor, Lyle.
There'd be fish.
Put down the rod, Lyle, and come home.
You've been fishing for days.
Daddy's waiting.
I saw this place all flooded, and I was like, that's good fishing.
Yeah, it floods.
Whee!
Sorry, were we not supposed to talk about the Great Flood?
No, we can talk about
The
it.
flood.
Guys.
The one in California?
The one in our house, remember?
Oh yeah, whoops. Oh yeah! And then it rained on the kitchen.
Our house is so illegally built right now. We're only renting, thank fuck, but it keeps like breaking. Every time I use the bathtub, it leaks. It leaks into the kitchen.
It doesn't
Not
leak.
every
it
time.
Like rainforests into the kitchen.
No, but so basically what happened this week was I've used the bathtub before, and then it leaked into the kitchen. I called the landlord, said, hey, the bathtub's leaking in the kitchen. He says, you cannot use the bathtub anymore. And I'm like, And I used it again, and then we figured out that it was leaking only when the water went over the water trap, right? You know what I'm talking about? The hole that catches the water that overflows.
Oh.
So all I gotta do is make sure it doesn't overflow. Anyway, I did that. It didn't leak for a long time. Then, a few weeks later, one day we get home, I go to bed, and then I hear this like, and I'm like, what the hell? So I get out of bed and I follow the noise and all the way to the bathtub, and the bathtub is literally like, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what is happening? And then it turns out that the air jets, it's a jacuzzi tub, the air jets are blasting out air, but there's no water blowing through it. And I was like, what the hell? How do you turn this off? And then I looked all around, there's no way to turn it off. And from that point, I'm like, this has got to be illegal. We went outside to the fuse box. We flipped this fuse that said bathtub, and it didn't turn off. So I was like, oh fuck, this is gonna be like this. So I filled up the bathtub, and water started flowing through it, and then it still was going like, you know, jet noises, like normal jacuzzi noises.
It wasn't a normal noise. It was screaming at you.
Yeah, I know, but once the water's, it was like half as loud.
Oh, and you filled it with the water. Yeah.
But then it was at 1 a.m. So I messaged the landlord. I'm like, yo, the bathtub won't turn off. Didn't respond. Messaged him again a day later. Hey, the bathtub won't turn off. He's like, I will send somebody. Doesn't send somebody. 3 days later, the bathtub has just been left running with water blasting through it. No way to turn it off. We're just like, what the fuck? And then one day, the roof caves in and just splits. It was like raining in the kitchen.
It was pretty fucking crazy.
I'm so glad there was nothing important in there, but it was so cathartic. Like, that's what you get, landlord.
Yeah.
It feels good.
I mean, you're the one that's got to live in it, but
nah, not my problem.
That's true-ish.
Was he mad? Why did he get mad for? He didn't answer for like ever.
No, he's not mad at me. He's mad at his illegally made bathtub that you can't turn off.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
And then an electrician came over, and then he came up, and he went, "How do you turn this off?" And I was like, "I've tried. That's why you're here." And then he went outside. He was like, "There's a frickin' electrical box outside the wall on the second floor where we can't get to unless he had like a really tall ladder." So then he got really mad. The electrician got mad and was like, "What the fuck did you waste my time?" And then he left. And then a plumber came, and then the plumber was literally like grabbing his head, being like, "Oh no!" And he was literally like, the plumber was the funniest cartoon character ever because he was like, "You're telling me that you told the landlord about this?" I was like, "Yep." He's like, "Oh no!"
Wait.
He was like,
"Wait, why was he? What's the story behind that?"
Because it's like,
it's
a fire hazard. It's a fire hazard, and he's like the landlord's like top guy, I guess. He was like, "Oh my god, this can't be." He literally was like saying, "This can't be happening." No, and we were like, it was like so funny. And then finally, they sent another guy over, and he shut it off somehow. And it turns out it was just like inside the wall. Dude, it was so illegal. But now I'm not allowed to use the bathtub anymore.
That sucks.
I know.
It does suck.
And I'm like paying for it.
No.
Anyway.
Did you go, landlord, you're fired. We're keeping the house.
Same landlord who fucking, you know what, never mind.
What do you do?
I'm gonna pray to Jesus, and I'm gonna not be full of hate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo.
I still remember the funniest time.
What?
I think the funniest thing that happened was when we toured the house, and he was like, "My son put a hole in the wall," and you were like, you made a joke about it, and he got really mad at you.
Yeah, no, he was like, I pointed at the wall, there was a big fucking hole in it. I was like, "What happened?" He was like, "Oh, my son." And I was like, "What, did he run head first to do it?" And he just looked really pissed off.
It's really funny.
Didn't he say like, "Yes"?
I forget.
What a good guy. What a hero.
Chris, you told me something interesting.
What?
And this I guess this kind of goes into the conversation. I thought I was gonna die.
I thought you were gonna die. I was ready.
Okay, yeah, go on, Corey.
Clenched up for a Corey freakout.
You said people in LA, or I don't even know if you said this. It might have been someone else. I think someone said it. I might just be missing names. I love when Sonic runs like that, but like people in LA are typically looking for like actor careers and shit.
Oh, Tomer said that.
Oh yeah, Tomar. So
yeah,
like,
we went to Starbucks, and then the girl was trying to be quirky.
She was trying to be quirky, but it was also like, that was like kind of scary, because she was like, she's like, "Did you order this?" And you're like, "No, I didn't." She's just kidding. I already got you this, and she like flung it at us. Like, okay.
Yeah, it's like she was trying to be like a character.
It's like I'm glad you got what I asked for. If you would have gotten me something I didn't ask for, I would have made you feel like you were in the backstage of a movie.
No, I made a really mean joke.
What?
I said that I wouldn't hire her until she shaved her neck.
She was perfectly waxed and like a beautiful young lass.
I know, I was trolling.
It was a troll.
It was just a simple troll. Zach, we could talk about the night out we had.
Oh, that's good. Wait, before you do, I'm just gonna use the bathroom.
Are you gonna talk about the bartender?
Yeah.
Okay, I won't say anything else.
Okay. This is new to me.
I won't say anything else.
It's crazy.
I get to be the audience analog for once.
It's honestly quite the adventure.
Zach, we're actually lost without you. How was your shit, my friend?
It was the shit out of my dick that was yellow and liquid, so it felt nice.
dickeria. I love that shit.
Yeah, dickeria. It really came out.
Peoria.
But let's talk about the shenanigans that you got into, Chris, because it's worth
bringing up.
It's worth bringing up.
It's a good case study.
It's a good. It's like those JCS like crime analysis where they pause and they're like, as you can see, Chris here is experiencing. So
what happened was Lyle, you know our good friend Jack.
I do.
He created a 3D short, and he wanted to show it off at this thing. It's like we'll call it Super Shorts, right? But so you go and you sit down in this
public... It's a mini film festival, yeah.
You sit down in this public spot and everyone's showing off their shorts and everyone's sitting nice and quiet and respecting each other and like, you know, enjoying the shorts, and they all play in a big row, right? And we were all like waiting for Jack's short to start, and it took like 40 minutes to, you know, for the other shorts. But we were like watching them, we were enjoying them. But then we got these Long Islands. And I didn't.
Not me, you.
Yeah, it was me and Nikki and Jack, and Zach was being good boy. He was being a very good boy. And
I was just smoking these little disgusting cigars. These little mini.
Oh yeah, you were designated. Those cigars were nice though.
There's little cigarellas basically.
Zach and Tomer enjoy the finer things. Me and Nikki were enjoying these awful drinks that I'm not used to. I never have those, so I think I had 2 at this place. By the time I finished the second one, I was like absolutely like losing my shit. I was wasted. And then when those shorts were over, we moved to another nearby bar. I offered people to get more drinks, and everyone's like, sure. So I went into the bar, and there's this guy, and he looked like a neckbeard redditor, and and so he was the bartender. I went up to the bar and I said, hello, can I have 3 Long Islands, please? And he went, oh, and he like walked away, he stormed away, right? And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what an asshole. So I was like standing, and then me and Zach we're talking to another guy who just happened to be standing there. We were all like talking for like 5 minutes until he finally walked back with the 3 Long Islands, and he put them down and he went $60. And I was like, okay. And I took out my wallet and I handed him $60. This is right after.
To be fair, I actually wasn't here for this part.
Yeah, I was. This is right after me getting home from Christmas, right? It was like literally a few days after. So we fucking I take out the money. I hand him $60, and I was like, Jesus, that's expensive. And then I pick up my drink and I start drinking it, and he's just standing there and he looks furious, and I'm like, what? And then he starts looking around. He's got his hands in his waist, and he's like tapping his feet. He's like looking at the other bartenders. He starts muttering under his breath, and he starts pointing down at the floor. And I'm like, oh man, did I knock something over? Like, what's going on? And this went on for like fucking a full minute straight of him just like being, it's so insanely angry. And I was like, dude, like what happened? What did I do? And like, it's like a scene at this point. Everyone's like looking at me. And then he's like, really, dude? You made me make 3 Long Islands and you didn't tip me? And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And I was like getting at my wallet because I forgot the tip because I just got back from Ireland. And we don't do that there because it is stupid. And so I was like, sorry, man, I'm from Ireland and I forgot. And then he went, oh, you're from Ireland, huh? Where's the fucking accent? And I was like, oh, you know what, dude? Fuck you. No tip. And he went, huh? Fuck me? How about I throw you out of my fucking bar? And I was like, and then Zach was like, whoa.
Oh, so anyways, I was getting up a Diet Coke, and yeah, you were talking to a guy. This guy next to you, and there's 3 Islands sitting in the bar. I think, to be fair to the guy, it was you had already paid for it by that point. So the Islands were sitting there for probably 5 minutes while you talked.
Were they?
Yeah, it was like a full 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Like 5 minutes left between you paying for it and then because I was waiting there, I was like sitting by the bar waiting for an opening because it was busy.
So wait, he was waiting around for 5 minutes?
He was making people's drinks for 5 minutes. I think after 5 minutes, he just assumed you were never gonna tip him.
Man, I wasn't.
You weren't. So what happened was
because he started off as a complete asshole.
So I didn't even see that. So, but yeah, I walked up and he was like,
I think you should tip people when they're like nice to you.
I also just think we should reform the tip. You shouldn't have to tip. No, pretty much no other country does that. But then
when he was like, you didn't fucking tip me, I was like, you know what? I feel bad. Okay.
Yeah,
and then he continued to like insult me, and I'm like,
I thought he was joking. He was like, really, dude, you're not gonna. I was like smiling. I was like, oh, this is a funny little. This is banter. I didn't really understand.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be resolved quickly, and the guy was like, really? Really, dude? Really? And you were like, what? And then you were like, I was gonna. He's like, no, you weren't. No, you weren't. You weren't going to tip me. You weren't going to tip me.
But I was taking out my wallet to, like, do it.
Yeah. And then when he said that, and he said the thing about you don't have an accent, which he did say, which is a rude thing to say, He's like, and he was like, whatever, don't even do it. No, you were, whatever.
I mean,
fuck
he is
it.
right.
Don't do it. And then Chris was like, fuck you, dude. And he went, fuck me? How about I throw you in the bar? And I was like, whoa. And I just picked up Chris's drink because I was like, I didn't want us to all get banned from the bars. So then, yeah, Chris got his drink, so I was like, Chris, just get out of here, just leave. Just fucking leave. And then, because the guy was like mad.
Yeah, it was like, he's an asshole.
And then I was like, dude, he really is from Ireland. Like, and I understand you. And I was like, oh, look, it's fine. I'll just like tip you on my thing. Because he was not only threatening Chris, but once Chris left, he was like, there was the guy that Chris was talking to you just met.
Yeah, it was
and
just some guy.
To that guy who was like sober and me, he was like, I'll throw you two guys out too. And I was like, we were both like, dude, we didn't do anything. What are you talking about? I was like, dude, relax. It's fine. And he was like, and then he like started to realize he freaked out. He like had a little meltdown. Yeah. And then he started, it's like that thing where you snap and then you realize you're embarrassed.
Yeah.
And then he was like, look, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to lose my cool, but you know, I think what happened was people that order Long Island's never tip. And you were like the straw that broke the camel's back. You were probably like the 10th guy to order on Long Island that night and not tip. But that was the story. And basically, yeah, I went back outside after I got my fucking $10 Diet Coke or whatever.
Dude, I tip like 20% every fucking meal and everything I do, basically. I always do 20, but he was a prick, so it's like, you don't really deserve it.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, his whole argument was, that's how I get paid, that's how, you know, yada, yada, yada.
Fuck you, you're a bartender in California. You get paid fine.
It was a very busy night, too. I don't think he made no money, but, I mean, it was resolved. You went in and you ended up, like, smoothing it over with the guy. Yeah, you fucked him.
But then he still made an offhand comment to somebody.
Well, then, yeah, so, I mean, that's really the real, like, the post-credits of, you know, Marvel gag was, after Chris went in and smoothed it over, was like,
I tipped him, by the way. I went back in and I gave him free money for no fucking reason for him being mean to me.
You made it right, because the whole argument was like, well, dude, even if that guy was an asshole, it's like, you don't want to have the bartender not like you at a bar you go to every, you know.
Yeah.
So, but after that, like an hour later, Jack went in and ordered a Long Island separately from all of this, and the guy was like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
and like you gave him PTSD. He like refused to make the
like,
fucking drink.
He was like, oh, there's way better drinks to that.
Is a Long
Island... The kind of people who order on Long Island's like, they're the kind of people that don't tip.
A Long Island is not a super hard drink to make, is it? It's not something where you gotta zest something or like... I've seen drinks where I'm like, oh, that looks like a fucking pain in the ass.
First of all, I agree, but his argument was apparently...
He's like, because he's got to pick up 8 bottles or something.
It's like 10 different ingredients, and they are very expensive, too. And
I guess it was a busy enough night that it really did get to him that he had to spend that long on a drink.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You could see all sides of the story, really.
No, I think we're cutting this guy a huge break here.
Oh, yeah, sorry. What did he
No, that was
his
basically
argument?
he was like, oh, there's 10 different ingredients that goes into it, and he did say it's like for like college dudes who never tip. He clearly had like been burned by people that had ordered that drink before and not tipped. And Chris was like it's like those coin machines in an arcade where you drop one coin in and they knock them all. You were the one coin that knocked off. You're not the first coin there, is what I'm saying. You were. You were variable like 1 million there.
Dude, I hate tipping shit in America. It's so stupid.
Well, it really depends.
I would love to
escape
it. Like
sometimes it's like okay, whatever, but like sometimes it's like you order one thing, but it's kind of expensive. So it's like that was the same fucking plate that you had to bring out. That's not worth like 30 bucks.
Also, every job now, pretty much, I feel like more and more jobs. It used to be like, what,
in California, everyone has to be paid.
You tip restaurant servers, you tip
at the very least.
Delivery guys, you tip. That's just what your job is.
That every machine now, that you pay on, it's like it doesn't matter what you're buying, still asks you if you want to tip now.
You know
could
what
be at an arts festival, like buying a print.
Yeah, I always make sure to actually ask the person, if I tip here, do you actually get it? And sometimes they do say no. So
by the way, I tip every fucking place I go to, pretty much. I don't think I've ever. I can't remember one time.
I only don't do it when people are dickheads.
No, which is fair.
Yeah, because like you don't deserve it.
I was gonna say I don't love that. I'm like I accept the tip culture, but I don't love it. I'd love to be free of it.
It's an incredible waste of money.
I like whenever I go to another country and it's just not there.
Yeah, it's built in.
The only time I really tip bad is You ever have those occasions where they just like don't let you leave? You know, like
where you want to go and like no one will bring you check, and then they bring it and they won't charge your card.
I had one instance of it where I straight up I went to the front and they told me you can't leave until like they were like, we can't do it at the front. Your waiter has to do it. And I like went back and I was like waiting for like 20 fucking minutes. I felt like I was like held hostage in the place. I honestly, if I would have redone it, I would have just walked out because it was just fucking ridiculous.
You just take cash, put it down, and say, "Yeah, you figure it out."
Yeah,
that's nuts.
I have been in situations where I've done exactly that, where I was just getting so ignored for the whole night that I was just like, "Here's like." Just enough to cover the check, and I just leave it there on the table.
It was also one of those occasions where I was like, before we even finished our food, like after we ordered, I was like, can we get the bill, because we're not going to order anything else. Like I wanted to get it early. I don't remember what the fuck was going on, but it was something where like I wanted to be able to stand up and leave as soon as we were like done eating. And then not only was I not allowed to do that, but they were like holding me hostage there, and I tipped nothing. I tipped absolutely fucking nothing.
Well, you still paid for it, so it's like you got exactly what you paid for.
Yeah.
You Americans are crazy.
We're nuts. We're kooky. You pay for ketchup. Fuck you. I'll kill your whole family.
My toe freaking hurts.
Yeah, Chris got his toe cut off because of the diabetes.
I wish. That'd be funny. That's my greatest fear, honestly, is getting diabetes.
Of the beaties?
Yeah, my grandpa had diabetes and he was missing 3 toes.
Fuck.
All on the same foot.
It sucks. If you drink too much Diet Coke, you might get it.
I forget.
I don't know if that's true.
No, I'm just kidding. That'll give you kidney stones. But Tomar told me that I can get my ingrown toenail taken out, and I did that today. I didn't tell you, the fucking doctor, Tomar. You didn't fucking tell me.
What's the story?
That, okay, so I go in, and in Ireland, I would have my ingrown toenail taken out every year at Christmas, because it was just something easy I could have done while I'm home. And, so I go into this place, I go into the doctor's room, and he's this Armenian guy, and he's like, hey, how's it going? I'm like, good, haha. And he starts laughing at me just for no reason, and I'm just like, okay. And he's like being really nice, though. And then he's just like talking to me, and then instantly, I'm not even kidding, he takes a syringe out from behind him and sticks it in my foot without me even fucking knowing. And I go, ah! And he goes, what, you forgot your balls today or something? I'm like, ah! And he's like sticking me with a syringe into my toe.
I didn't know about that. Yeah, you didn't tell me that story.
Dude, he didn't even say what was gonna happen. He just said like, oh yes, your ingrown toenail, don't worry, we can fix it permanently. And I'm like, cool. So he sticks me with a syringe without a fucking word. And he's like, what, you don't have syringe stick in you? And I'm like, no, rarely. And he's like, he's calling me a pussy and shit. Then he does it again, and I'm like, ah! And he's just like, Jesus, you've got no tolerance for pain, do you? And I'm like, no. And then he's like, okay, I'm gonna walk out while this gets numb. And then he comes back in, and he's just like, does this hurt? And he grabs my toe, and I'm like, ah, yes! He's like, he's still like making fun of me for having no tolerance. And then he walks out, then he comes back in again like 5 minutes later, and then he's like, okay, now tell me if this hurts. And he's like, he's doing the procedure now with this like little stick. He sticks it up my toe, and I'm like, ah, yeah, that hurts. And he's just like, no, that's just pressure. And I'm like, no, that's pain, that's pain. And he's like, oh, I guess it's not numb. So then he stuck me with a syringe 2 more times, and my toe was fucking covered in blood.
I guess you're resistant to anesthetic.
Yeah, I guess so, but my toe was completely white, and my whole foot around it was pink.
You're completely white.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, that hurt, and now it hurts. But yeah,
I went to the exact same guy, and I don't remember anything like that happening.
I'm not kidding. He's the coolest guy ever. He's super funny, but I hate syringes.
I mean, I think his strategy was to try to distract you so that you like wouldn't anticipate the syringe.
Yeah.
But it sounds like it backfired because you're resistant to anesthetic.
I forgot to even say the worst part was one of the times he stuck it in my foot. This was after I had been stuck, so my toe was supposed to be completely numb, and he was amazed that I was still feeling anything. But he stuck it in, and I went, ah! And he was like, oh, I hit a nerve, sorry about that. It was so painful.
Oh, man.
I love Forspoken! It is super fun!
Look, there's a Comic-Con singing that.
He's banging like frying pans outside.
Yeah.
He's the guy who walks around Anime Expo going, you're going to hell! What was that thing he was saying over and over?
Yeah, I was just trying to remember.
What's happening?
There was a guy at Anime or Expo who
he was saying
he damns everybody to hell outside of the convention with a speaker.
He would say,
Oh yeah, those guys are everywhere.
Yeah, but there's one guy repeating something that's really catchy.
It was super catchy,
it
but
got
now I
stuck
can't
in our
remember it.
heads. Yeah,
Yeah.
what the fuck was it?
I like recorded it.
Yeah, see if you can find that on your phone.
Oh, this is a guy you ran into.
Yeah.
Anybody who went to Anime Expo in 2023 saw, for sure, heard or saw this.
Have you guys talked about that? What were you actually doing there?
Just walking around.
I'm just surprised that that's a place you went.
It was the first con that was on, that was near us after the big virus.
The big bug.
We just wanted to go for a big old walk around.
After the big beetle. There's also people outside of the convention center illegally selling dirty hot dogs, and they kept saying hot dog water, but they kept saying hot dog water, hot dog water, hot dog water, hot dog water, and then the cops came and they went. I've never seen them run so fast before. Yeah. You remember that they were like running like a Scooby-Doo chase. They were running indoors and out of other doors. It was amazing.
I found it.
That's what it was. No excuse. Judgment Day.
Yeah, I love that. That should be a fucking song. No excuse on Judgment Day.
That's it. No excuse on Judgment Day. No excuse.
That should be like mixed with the Hell March song. No excuse.
On Judgment Day.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
50 million men marching to that.
I don't know if you guys have anything you want to talk about. Anything on your mind,
Chris?
What?
Anything you want to talk
Big
about?
subject that you've been needing to talk about. You've been talking about, dude. Every time I see the
Chris, we should talk about. We went to this taco place today. That was the weirdest.
What the fuck was that?
You like fell to the ground.
This happened with fucking the other team, Sonic man. Like what the fuck? Remember we went to that taco place just now. It was delicious, but like. That was like the weirdest experience.
Chris was like ordering. She's going, what?
Yeah, we were convinced she was high.
Yeah, no, I literally said, "Hey, can I have 2 avocado salads?" She's like, 2? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I kept going, yeah. And she was like, do you want to make it a combo? And I was like, what makes it a combo? She's like, what?
Look, I understand that job sucks, but you got to be present in any job you're doing.
No, but then I was like, what makes it a combo? She's like, what? I'm like, what makes it a combo? She's like, a drink? And I'm like, okay, can we get 2 drinks?
But by the way, it wasn't bad connection. We heard her. She just
we heard her.
No,
sounding
before
clear.
she even talked to us, she was like laughing, and we could hear like the mic getting knocked
what
over.
the hell was going on.
And she was like, 1 minute, and she's like obviously getting like railed by a dude in there or something.
Probably.
We saw it happen. There was a line of guys having their way.
There was a line of cum across the window.
Yeah, giant smattering of cum. Hell, we also, before that, we were throwing the old pigskin around, and I ate shit by jumping over a little...
That was pretty funny.
3-foot tall fence, so I landed on my back like a fucking old man.
I'll be honest, I haven't thrown a football in a very long time.
Corey mastered it. Corey, like, the first couple throws, he didn't get it, but after, like, 4 or 5, he had this beautiful spiral.
Yeah, I catch it like one of those toddlers clapping their hands together when a bouncy ball comes in their fucking hand, though. So I still haven't mastered the art of catching a ball, but, you know, honestly... I don't know if I said this, but my, on Sleepy Cam or anything, but my dad actually was trying to force me to become a quarterback. He's like, Corey, he's like, you got the shoulders for it. He's like, you should do you should be a quarterback. And I'm like, what the hell is that? You should tell the story about when you were going on a trip, you know, dealing with like a fucking kid.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Do you want to seem like an unlikely...
no, dude, I have pretty fucking good tolerance of being annoyed on flights. I don't really have that many bad flight experiences, but... Yeah, I took a flight like a few months ago. It was the worst flight I've ever been on in my entire life. And what it was there was a couple, like a young couple in their 20s, and even with like kids, people were like, "Oh, I fucking hate kids." I really don't mind children, but these parents were so fucking undisciplined. I really don't. I can even tolerate a crying kid for the most part.
I was just copying you.
These fucking parents were like the most limp-wristed nothing. The dad was like just like a scared young guy, clearly like just a total coward. But basically they had like a toddler who was old enough to talk, so it wasn't a baby. It was not a baby. It was like a 4-year-old. And they kept saying phrases over and over. This was a red-eye flight. This was like a 5 a.m. flight. 5 a.m. And we landed at like 8 or 9 or something. And it was a one-way. But this little fucking toddler kept going between peaks and valleys of they'd be like, they have the biggest high ever. And they would just start saying, hold on. They did that. And this was a something hour, 3-hour flight or something. Kept saying that phrase over and over and over.
Can I interrupt you?
Yeah, please.
When you say it like that, it reminds me of that video we saw where it's like this guy's on a bus and he's like, "Oh, yes, Captain, we have a problem. Captain, we have a problem.
Yes,
Captain, we have a
yes,
problem."
it was that. It was the same phrase over and over and over. It was maddening. But then they would start crying, but they didn't just cry. They would say no, but they didn't. They didn't say, so they go no, no, no. As annoying as that was, imagine that from an actual child, like an octave higher than that. For a whole. So they go from that no to then all done to happiness, and it was maddening. It was fucking dude. The father didn't do anything. And I was like trying to sleep. I had like sound canceling headphones on, and through that, I couldn't even hear the airplane through that. It was like dead silence. But I heard like muffled. I was going insane. I was going crazy. It was the most irritable I've ever been, ever on a flight.
I seriously believe that like people who allow their kids to do that. Obviously,
why don't they have the take the back seats of an airplane and make it soundproof and make that the kids section?
I honestly think they have like a parent who has nothing but just dealt with their kid going, "Oh, that, yeah." Eventually, like it just gets to the point where they're too fucking tired.
Don't be a parent. Don't be a fucking parent if you can't discipline.
I agree, but like they don't even fucking hear it anymore.
You're right. It's background noise to them.
Yeah, at that
dude,
point,
when I went to church when I was a kid, right, there was always a little soundproof silent area with glass. Why does a fucking airplane not have a back like 6 seats can be for children, and you take them back there and it's soundproof? Why?
Or consequence, like if everyone had a keypad on their seat and you can like type in someone's seat and be like eject this person from the plane.
Yeah, shoot them out.
Absolutely, I agree.
They just get sucked out.
Or dude, building a giant fucking like thing that goes over the kid's head that makes them soundproof. Imagine, you just put it over the head, it just goes silence.
You know,
silence.
Every
you can't even
plane
hear them.
has like a policeman sitting at the back with a gun. He should walk up and aim the gun in the kid's face and say, "Ah, shut up!
Yeah, shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!"
He shoves the gun in his mouth. Oh, I'm gonna do it!
And play Russian roulette, and if the cops,
like,
yeah.
Oh,
Oh, can I tell you a funny story?
Yes.
When my mom visited and my daddy, me and my mom were driving around in the car, and I plugged my phone in and we started driving, and then my Spotify main playlist came on. It's just full of random shit, and then the Crash Bandicoot theme started playing. And we were driving around. I didn't realize it was on loop. We were driving around for like 20 minutes, and then she started getting really mad at me and being like really antsy and pissed off. And I was like, "What the fuck is wrong? Like, what's your problem?" She's like, "Turn this fucking music off." It was driving her crazy. Like she started off like nice, and then she got progressively meaner.
Was it like the bump? It
was literally. It was so fucking funny.
I would not want to hear that on repeat. I understand the dilemma.
I just like zone out and I don't hear it anymore. It's really funny.
God damn, that would annoy the shit out of me, but that's funny as hell.
For a newcomer, I would not recommend the Crash Bandicoot main theme on loop.
Oh right, I was trying to make a nugget.
Sing the song, Lyle. Wrong song, dude.
The nugget song?
Yes, you got his arm.
Yes.
Make another nugget.
All right.
It's nugget time.
Nugget biscuit, nugget in a biscuit, nugget biscuit. See? Remember?
There.
You like Tobuscus.
Love him. Can't get enough of the guy. I've told my Tobuscus story on this show, right?
I don't think so.
Wait,
I got
like about a time you met Tobuscus?
Yeah. I got really drunk at a party that he was at. I don't want to get too far into it, but people had been hearing that Tobuscus was like a colossal piece of shit for years and years and years before anything came out about him publicly.
Yeah.
Literally every single place the guy went, he created a bad story about himself. Like, I'll just say that. And I also thought his content sucked and he annoyed me. So, like, I basically got really drunk and just told him to his face that I hated his shit. And, it was at the height of his career, too.
Oh, my God.
So I was like, oh, fuck. This guy could, like, I don't know, get me in trouble or blacklist me or whatever. And just, I got progressively more confident in that decision just the longer time went on. It went from, like, initial regret to, like, oh, maybe that wasn't too bad to, like, oh, yeah, now I'm kind of glad I did that.
When I was, like, 12 years old, I went to a swimming club, like, every morning, or not every morning, every few mornings I'd have to go to a swimming club at, like, a really early hour. And, one time, I had a pain in my tum-tum. And
just walk through that.
And I got into my swimming gear, and I walked into the bathroom to take a pee before I got in the pool. But the second I tried peeing, I shit myself.
Oh no!
And then I had to walk past a bunch of like dudes while I was like trying to hide my shit in my little Speedo. No, I was walking like Luigi was. Walking past like a changing room of like mean assholes.
Were they laughing at you?
They didn't see. One guy was like, "Why are you walking like that?" I just walked by him.
What did I say to a
Imagine
kid?
being in a locker room, like inspecting the way that children walk, to just be like,
I was gonna say that guy's in the wrong there, man.
Yeah, even if he noticed, it'd be like, what? Why do you have your ear to the ground for this kind of shit, you fucking psycho?
Dude, me and Zach went to some bar lately, and fucking the waiter guy, he was watching Zach draw pictures in Zach's sketchbook. He's like, "That is so funny. Have you guys ever seen Joe Cartoon? That shit's classic." We were like,
sounds like Tommy Wiseau.
I know. We were like, "Listen, you fucking egghead. If you say that one more time," and then we aimed the pen right into his eyeball, and we were about to push it into his skull, but then the fucking manager took away the pen.
Chris, looks like the California life is really taking a toll on you.
It's turned me into a fucking bastard.
Turned you into a monster.
You just have to be like that to survive,
then
man.
Zach's just like pulled out his pen. He's like, "Who do I make this out to?"
If you know who Zach is, like,
that looked like a platform. Oh god damn it!
Like Joe Cartoon is the last thing Zach would ever talk about.
Joe Cartoon is so old. What the fuck? That's like
it's pretty much just like hamster in a microwave.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, hamster in a blender.
Donald Trump in a microwave.
They had Justin Bieber in a blender. Yeah, they have like Donald Trump in a blender.
All right, real quick, I'm gonna out myself and share a psychopath story. Long ago at AX, or no, not AX, fucking
long ago at AX.
Okay, long ago at Too Many Games.
Okay.
When I was a young boy just going with my friends for fun, I was there and they had this weird burlesque show like after hours at the thing.
For children?
Well, no, just for the adults. But it was not sexy and I was going to leave, but as I was walking back, the auditorium wasn't that full, the burlesque show wasn't popular, and there was a guy sitting in the back and they didn't have all the lights on, so in the back it's like really dark. There was a man who was a nice healthy weight sitting there cosplaying as Link, and his tights were like pressing around his thighs very strong. And he's sitting down slumped down like Goku does when he's dead and upset. And I took out my phone because I thought he was really funny looking. And I held up to take a picture. I thought he wouldn't notice. And this is really bad. This taught me a moral lesson. This was God doing this. I didn't realize my flash was on. So I snapped the photo and it flashed and he looked up at me and we locked eyes. I just put my phone in my pocket, walked away, and I felt really
man.
Did you catch his boner on tape?
No, I didn't.
Wait, did he have an erection?
No, he just...
Oh, I thought that's where you were going because you were saying it was like beautiful women and he had tight pants. I thought you were going to say you got his boner on tape.
No, he just had main character vibes, so I wanted to catch him on film.
But also, do you think he had a boner but he was trying to hide it because he was leaning forward like that?
I think this guy was just depressed.
No, you think he's just miserable.
He had a depression boner.
Yeah, that's the best kind.
He just it's that funniness where it's a guy dressed as a character who couldn't look further from being the character.
Yeah,
and I just wanted to show my
that's
friends.
That's when he fails. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. 20 years in the future.
I'm just fucking done.
So I wanted to catch it on film.
That's when Ganon introduces to Hyrule.
Yeah, dude, I've been jerking off 6 times a day. I thought I wasn't addicted. People said it's not addictive chemically, but I can't stop.
Well, yeah. You should talk about the non-verbal conversation we had with Adam today.
With Adam?
Yeah, it was funny.
What did he say?
We kept on like, Adam's like, I'm feeling non-verbal, but I want to hit on girls. And then Dave's like, I'll be your wingman. But we were like being, like he was just...
he said that? Huh? He said, I'm feeling non-verbal.
He said something about going nonverbal.
What the
made me
fuck
laugh.
was he talking about?
I don't know. It's really
Is that
funny.
why you guys are saying it all the time
Yeah,
now?
it's funny. I've never heard a term nonverbal.
So that's why I was like, bro, I'll be your wingman with the girl at the restaurant. Well, he was saying that he gets horny like once a month, and he says he wants to go like crazy, to where like even we were like looking at the cars parked next to us. There's an old man. He's like, even that guy's making me act up. So I was like, bro, I got you. I was like, let's find a chick. I was like, you point out to the girl that makes you go nonverbal, and I'll fucking be your wingman. I was like, I'll help you out. I'll go up to her and tell her, I'll be like, yo, my bro saw you. His words are stopping. I was like, he's going with sign language only for you. Sign language with the hard dick in his pants, signing that he fucking wants to fuck you.
You did not.
But anyway, so we got to the sushi place, and yeah, I was asking if he wanted to bang the girl at the sushi place, and you know, if that was the level of verbal for him.
The girl is hot.
She is.
Adam would do well with her.
But then Adam was also bitching. He's like, I don't want to stand inside. He's too crowded in here, even though we had to be in there.
Yeah, we
had to go up. We had to sit outside, and all these people were looking at him. He's making a big deal. So I just told the big, strong man outside. I was like, hey, my buddy's nervous because he's been going nonverbal when the girls had the store and he thinks it's really cute. And the guy sitting outside, he smiled when I said that and just nodded to me and gave us a thumbs up.
It's really funny because
Adam got so embarrassed and walked away.
Good.
The idea of saying like, "I'll be your nonverbal wingman," you're just like, "Yeah." So
seems you are taking a long time.
Jesus.
Please proceed as quickly.
It's like, yeah, my friend here is nonverbal, so obviously he's like shits and diapers.
It was
Completely pathetic.
She
but
came out and gave us the food, and then Adam grabbed it as fast as possible and ran away. And he's like, Dave, I feel like I had to grab that shit before he said some more corny shit in my day. I was like, oh, come on.
Poor Adam.
I was saying I would help him.
Well, you didn't, dude.
I could have gotten him laid pronto.
Dave,
Lickety split.
You would not be a good wingman.
What? Why not?
You've got the try in you, but you don't have the skill.
What? I would go up to a girl. I'd be like, hey, my friend thinks you're cute. My big fat friend thinks that you're sexy.
Yeah, but I don't think that works a lot of the time.
I'm like, listen, bitch, either I punch you in the fucking head or you gonna
talk
talk
to an adult female and being like, my friend thinks you're. It makes you look like a. Yeah, that's what teenagers do.
Fine, explain your fucking wingman skills to me. What would you do?
I would go up to a lady, for you, Dave, and I'd say, guess what this guy did? What? He created the most fucking popular video game of the last 10 years, you bitch.
And she's like, yeah, what is it?
Slap the food out of
it's
her
like,
hand.
it's called Flappy Bird. He can't sell it anymore, but...
He had a mental breakdown and can't sell it anymore. What do you do? She'd be like, I made the best game of all time, rather than Ava. Be like,
whoa.
Holy shit.
That's pretty cool.
Dick coils up like the witch's feet in Wizard of Oz.
I shove you out of the way. I say, hey, baby. I'm the friend he was talking about.
See? See? It would have worked.
Dude, you know that little spot between your thumb and your fingers? That little, like, meat piece?
Yeah.
God damn it. I cut that with a pair of scissors when I was in middle school.
You're fucked.
No, it was an accident. It was like doing a little project, and I cut that part, and I went to the nurse office, but it was like, you know, on the second or the bottom floor. I was bleeding so much from that little piece that there was a trail of blood from my classroom to like the nurse office. It was like squirting out of me, and the poor little Middle Eastern janitor had to like fucking mop it all up. Like I literally and I had to get a tetanus shot because of that.
Oh, Jesus.
But
it will learn you.
My friend,
it's like cutting the webbings of your toes or something.
You know, that's painful, Zach.
I know.
People in my class.
I was there, yeah.
I'll let you live.
Who's talking?
This guy's on a total power trip.
Yeah.
Adam, do you remember when you wanted to go to Smoothie King this morning?
And I'm so mad at you.
Oh yeah, you said you had a cool story.
Oh my god, it's not that cool, but it's kind of funny.
It is kind of
so
funny.
Adam was like, Smoothie King. Oh my god, I want some Smoothie King. I want some Smoothie King. We were like, all right, let's go get some Smoothie King.
I didn't even know there was a Smoothie King here. Is there?
Well, that's the best part of the story.
Just
Hold on,
you
let's listen to the story first. Adam, you tell it because you definitely remember most of it.
Rude, you finally gonna show me those?
I was like, Smoothie King!
Absolutely!
We're going to Smoothie King! The Smoothie King exists in this state. And then Corey was like, he pulls up his new device, his tactical iPhone.
That's me clicking on my tactical iPhone.
And then he goes, oh yes, there is a fucking Smoothie King right down the road.
It fucking said Smoothie King 150 Burbank Drive, LA. And I'm like, oh, that's Los Angeles. Like any other fucking person would think at fucking 9 in the morning. Yeah, you know where this is going.
It was in Florida, right?
No, it was something else.
Okay.
So we started driving. Look, they're torturing Sonic. They're literally like using like thumb screws.
They're torturing Sonic, and I can't do a thing about it.
I can't join in. So
how are we gonna torture Sonic?
Knuckles is pissed about that.
We don't get to torture him, really?
I wanted to torture Sonic. So Keep telling the story, Adam. It's funny.
We were circling around Burbank because my phone was dead, and he was like refusing to look up where it was in Burbank.
It's not that I was refusing to look it up. I just hate Google Maps.
That's fair. I do too.
I hate using these fucking apps that are like, can we use your notification? Can we turn on?
Yeah,
and I'm like, turn them on.
I was trying to explain
Corey's
to you.
like Malachite from Suburban Nights.
I was trying to explain to him.
Don't
just
use
open
that.
your Maps app that comes
Adam
with the
was
phone.
like,
You have an
I was like, do you have
iPhone.
an iPhone? I'm like, what do you think of the 21st century? He's like, it's pretty cool, but there's no Smoothie King.
Yeah, where the hell were we in this story?
You were talking about Smoothie King.
Oh yeah.
Lexi looked it up too, and she also confirmed it.
Yeah. But both your confirmations were just wrong because you were like, oh, L.A., but they thought the state, like where the state was supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
it was fucking Louisiana. It wasn't L.A. Imagine that. Imagine my shock.
Burbank Drive in L.A.
That reminds me of a really funny story that's very similar. You know my friend Niall?
I do.
Adam, you're a friend of Niall.
I love Niall.
Corey, you're a friend of Niall, even.
Niall.
Right? So, when I went home to Ireland for the summer, me and the guys back home, we all went on a camping trip. Did I tell you about what Niall did?
What?
It was very funny, right? So, I got my friend Patty, and he loves fishing, and he built himself a boat. He's like really into it. But the day he'd been preparing for this for like months, like 8 months. He was building a boat, and then he bought an engine, and then he lugged this fucking boat from Wexford like all the way up to like halfway up the country to a weird ass lake, right? We were so excited to go fishing on this fucking boat, but then when we got the boat out into the water, the engine stopped working.
Yeah.
So we were like, oh man, and Patty was just so disappointed. I felt so bad for him, and but then that night, Niall was like, guys, I'm coming tonight. Like we're all gonna go camping. We're gonna have fun. We're like, oh yeah, Niall's coming. This is gonna be fun, right? And then Patty was like, I'm not going to go pick him up, right? And he was like really mad because, like, basically it was like, yeah, no, that's fair enough. Niall can get dropped off somewhere like close by, then we'll pick him up.
Yeah.
But then Niall did the funniest thing ever. Niall was like, where are you guys? And we told him we're at this location. Let's just call it like oh, it was Loch Ray, right? Yeah. So we told him we're at Loch Ray, and then what Niall did was he entered the information into the Uber. He somehow got delivered to the word Loch Ray on the map, not the location. What? He got delivered to the he just found the word on the map and placed a pin on it, and he got delivered to the word. So when he arrived, he was in this like back ass country like farmer's lane, and he's, where are you guys? We're like, what? We don't see you. Where are you? And he's like, I'm here. I'm at Loch Ray. And then we're like, dude, you're not fucking here. So where are you? And then we were like, share your location. And then
controller's dying. Keep
the
telling the story.
But we were like, share your location. He shared a location, and then we realized that like his location was right on the word Loch Ray. We're like, Niall, did you get dropped off at the word Loch Ray? And he's like, oh man. So then Patty, in the worst mood ever, had to go pick him up. And it took like an hour. It was so fucking funny.
Oh, poor Niall. It's something I would do. That's a mistake I would make.
Niall always does shit like this.
That's Niall's MO. God damn it, Chris, you need batteries.
Okay, I'm getting it batteries.
Thank you, Christopher.
What are they, like double D?
They're double Ds, yeah.
Well, have we told you about what Adam's been doing for the last like 3 months?
Was it not just that story he told?
No, it's can I break it down without naming names, Adam?
Yeah.
Adam has a friend, a good friend, right, from back home, right?
Yes.
And this guy dated a nightmare girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like a nightmare. Like she's horrible. She's one of the meanest, most vain, worst examples of a human you could possibly meet, right?
She's barely a human.
So she breaks up with the guy, and then the guy, as far as we can tell, the girl is saying, "I like Adam. Make Adam talk to me." And the guy's like, "Okay, okay." And he's like, "Adam, talk to her." And then Adam's like, "I don't like her." But then she's like, she calls him like every fucking day. She has done so for the last like 3 months. At first, I thought Adam was talking to a friend, right? Because he's like laughing and shit and every day, right? I was like, oh, he must be talking to his good friend from back home. But what fucking happened was, I walked in one day and he was just like, "You're stupid," and she's just like, "Fuck you!" And she like hangs up, right? And I was like, "Who the fuck is that?" And he's like, "Oh, that's Then he's like, "Yeah, I've been fucking with her for like 3 months. She just calls me and I insult her, and then and then she freaks out, blocks me, and then unblocks me the next day, forgets that anything happened, and just the cycle continues.
It's really fun.
Like, but I was like, why do you do that? Sounds really mean. But then I heard her talking, and she is the worst. Like, she's fucking insane and like mean and crazy. It's just everything that's wrong with the world.
Yeah,
and it's like the more it's like a weird social experiment. The more horrible he is to her, just the more she just wants him. Like, without fail, every time he'll go a step further, do something more fucked up, or say something more fucked up. She'll hang up, block him. The next day, she's just back, and she's over it, and she wants more.
Yeah.
It's like the most insane shit I've ever seen.
It's like, I try to let Jesus take the wheel and crash into a wall, but Jesus actually starts driving, and it's like, it makes no fucking sense.
It's so crazy. But finally, after months, he had to meet up with her a few nights ago in the big city. Tell him what happened, Adam.
Oh, this went horribly. It went really awkward. It was just a terrible yeah.
He did it as a favor to his friend, who for some reason really wants them to get along, but...
Yeah, and I just hate her guts. And we never get along. We fight every time we see each other.
She just fucking... Oh, wow.
She just has a tiny brain. I just think, like...
Dude, it's just like... He told me he went to dinner with her, and, she was insulting him to his face the whole time, and then she tried playing footsie with him under the table. He drew his foot away.
That was really awkward.
And then she said something
then
like...
I started trying to flirt with her friend, she got really mad.
Yeah, he flirted with her friend. Then they both started speaking Indian angrily to each other, so they're obviously like, don't fucking flirt with him, he's mine, or something like that. But then, there came a part where she just started insulting him to his face. She's like, I don't like you, Adam. And then he said, say it, Adam.
I said, I'm not the biggest fan of you either.
And then they all left. They went to the bathroom and they left, and he didn't even get to finish his meal.
Yeah, I didn't even get to finish my goddamn sushi.
So funny.
It was really awkward.
And then Adam was like, she's never talking to me again. And guess what? Without fail, the next day she messaged him like nothing happened.
Yeah, she called me today too.
That's insane.
Yeah, I'm just not answering.
Have you ever asked her like why?
Yeah, all the time. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Like why the fuck she wants to like talk to you so bad?
She clearly wants him.
No, it's just
more than anything.
It's that tug and pull, baby. It's just like she gets what she deserves. It's funny.
I guess.
Oh, monkey.
Oh my god.
I like this.
He's pretty cute.
Aye! No.
Eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it.
Oh,
eat it.
Is this your dream, Chris?
This is crazy.
Is he mashed around by a big gorilla?
I love how he looks.
Strong arm beast gorilla.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
but anyway, isn't that a fascinating story?
That is very weird.
Woo.
Yeah.
I hate you.
And trust me, I don't have anything against women. She's just one of the worst ones I've ever met.
No, I'm not exaggerating. From what I've heard, like just her talking to him, she's monstrously bad. It's like insane.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I love it though.
Yeah, it's really fun. I love it.
Like, have you told her that's what you're doing though? Like,
no, of course not. That would ruin everything.
He used to love it.
It's so fun. It's like crazy. It's like no matter what I do,
it's justice porn every single time it happens.
Yeah, it's really funny. Oh god, women. What a woman.
What a woman.
That's Garamondo.
What?
The giant ape.
Fucking. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, Adam, I love you.
I love you too, buddy.
I think it's great how you put her in her place.
I know. She needs to learn. If she don't learn, then I don't
She's
care
either gonna
way.
finally learn
It's
or
fun.
just like double down and become worse.
I guarantee you she's gonna become even more evil.
She really is
She
evil.
literally is like a villain. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. You did it.
the gorilla's been killed.
You beat the gorilla.
We sliced up a monkey's kneecaps.
Did I ever tell you about when I was in a car with her and my buddy, and she kept trying to suck him off in like a car full of people, and we're like, "Can you stop?" And
even he was like, "Can you stop?"
Yeah, she was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, let me suck you off." And like, we're in a car like full of people, and everyone in the car was so goddamn uncomfortable.
That's her mouth spitting out.
Yeah. God damn, dude.
Well, Kirby's fun, but I gotta say, Adam's story's funner.
I agree. We should just continue this story every time we play Kirby.
Adam, before we put this episode out, I really want you to make sure, are you sure you're okay with all that story being told?
Yeah, if she heard it, I'd laugh my ass off. I don't care.
Okay.
She just wants to be the team spunk rag, but we're not gonna let that happen.
Adam, how do I stress you out?
You do mean impressions of me.
I'm not doing mean. I'm just being accurate.
That's doing accurate impressions.
Yeah, did accurate impressions. Chris,
Hey,
Corey, go ahead.
Hello, my name is Adam. Come into my house, homeless woman. I'll let you in and you can eat my Doritos.
Dude, I wanted to save her, but there was no saving her.
What?
I got catfished really bad, and then I invited her in to see what would happen.
You're like, whoa, you look
and
nothing like your picture.
You wanna come on in? Come in, vampire.
You look nothing like your catfish.
And she started refusing to leave.
Okay, so what happened was Adam was horny one night. He's like,
what else is there?
I'm gonna go on Tinder. And then he opened up Tinder and he saw this beautiful blonde model and he was like, yes. And he swiped right. She swiped back and he's like, you want to come over to my house? And then she came over and she was this like, she was like this broken brunette who was like wearing a bomber jacket.
She was busted?
She had greasy hair and she looked like she was very high and Adam gave her a gigantic bag of spicy Doritos.
She rubs all over my white couch.
Yeah, she got it all over her fingers, like,
it was crazy.
And,
that was insane.
And then he just started recording her on his phone. He's like, okay, time to go.
Like, time to have sex now.
No, he was like, you need to leave. It's time to go. And she's like, can I, like, stay here?
It's
and
like,
he's
no.
like, no, time to go. And he's like, he started kicking at her.
Dude,
She
honestly,
wouldn't pay attention.
Yeah, she wanted.
Crazy.
Oh, you need those
How did you get rid of her in the
red
end?
snails. You need those.
I like guided her out with more food like an animal. It was really
You
weird.
placed Doritos on the ground and let her out to
Like, did you push her out? Did you guide her to the door?
Yeah, it took me like an hour to get her to leave.
Did you call the cops and say somebody
No,
catfished
it's
you?
at my parents' house.
And
So I was
Adam's
trying to-
brother
I
was there
trying to-
too, just looking in shock.
Yeah, I brought her up
Like,
to the
oh,
room, and I thought it
no.
was gonna be kind of funny, but it ended up not being funny.
Dude, that's
It
not
ended up
funny at
being
all. What if
scary.
she pulled out a knife and started like?
That could have been bad, Adam.
I know, and the thing is, I didn't learn from the time I got catfished before that.
Oh.
And I met this other girl in a public place,
How
and I
many times
opened the
did you
door
catfish?
twice. The first time
Fool
I
me
went,
once,
I was,
shame on me.
Yeah,
Fool me twice, shame on the GPS.
Yeah, fool me once.
Corey, that was such a great reference. Come on. How did you get catfished the first time?
Oh, I went to go meet this girl, and I met her on the beach, and I went to the car, up to her car,
Yeah.
in the car parking lot, and then I opened the door.
It's a really burly black man.
Yeah, it was really ugly, like deformed woman, and I opened the door with my buddy behind me, and I shut the door, and I turned around, and started speed walking
Oh
away,
my
and I was like,
God.
let's go.
Jesus.
Yeah, and then after that, I was like, okay, whatever, come in. It's horrible.
Dude, really?
Yeah.
I only got catfished when I was in like high school, and it was another high schooler, and it wasn't really that great of a catfish, honestly. Catfishing is really crazy and really scary.
Yeah, I don't know how people can do it and just be like, oh, it's gonna work.
They should make a TV show about
Dude,
that.
the fact you got catfished on Tinder multiple times probably means Tinder's not the best
No,
place to go.
okay. One of them was
Tinder's
Tinder. One of
evil.
them was Tinder. One of them was a little sketchier.
I've tried Tinder a bunch of times, and it's just so it's full of like it's full of bots and it's full of
And don't you have to pay
scary
money?
people.
Don't men have to pay money?
Do they?
Yeah, I heard
Men have to?
Yeah, I heard guys have to pay a subscription fee. I had a friend who was
So women get on for free?
Yeah.
Women get off.
I'm
for free.
serious.
So
That's 100% true.
That's-
You know
wow.
why?
Why?
Because there's more men who use
What the
Tinder than
shit
girls.
is happening?
You're
There's-
dying. You're
I
getting
know!
killed.
So anyone who's using Tinder, look for another thing, because Tinder is bullshit ripoff. I had a friend, I don't want to name drop him because he's a good guy, but he was using Tinder and he was telling me about it, and he's
Jeff.
like, I'm tired. No, he's like, I'm tired of paying. He's like, I'm tired of paying subscriptions for this stuff, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I forget. He's like $5 for like a subscription service to use Tinder in certain aspects to like get everything. I think.
I have no idea.
And
where we're
women
supposed
do
to
not
go.
have to do it at all.
Wow. Man, I went to Zanku Chicken yesterday. That place is nasty.
What happened at Zenku
It's
Chicken?
just, I hate it. I think it's disgusting.
What's nasty about Zenku Chicken?
That chicken.
What's wrong? What's wrong with the chicken though?
It was like plain, pink. What else? The atmosphere sucked. The tables were dirty.
No, but you
There
said the
was a
chicken
queue.
was
It was
gross.
claustrophobic.
You're describing the restaurant. I'm saying the food though. You said the food was nasty.
It's just boring. Also, I don't really like chicken.
Okay, well then you should go to fucking Zenku Chicken.
I didn't want to. I think chicken's fine as long as it's caked in like curry or something. I hate chicken on its own.
Have you ever seen the How It's Made for Indian curry?
No.
The Indian guy.
Don't say something bad, Zach.
I wasn't going to.
Yeah.
Now that you've put me to the test.
No, genuinely, it's fascinating. So they get a big like.
I'm just waiting for the shit joke. When's it coming?
Shit. An Indian guy lays on his back and holds his legs up in the air. and he does some tummy crunches, and then he gets up, and then he goes and prepares the curry.
He does some dead bugs.
He does some dead
He does some dead bugs and tub girls into a big pot.
And then he planks for a little bit, then he does some mason twists, and then he doesn't shit anywhere, and then he goes and makes the curry. What the fuck's wrong with you? He does some forearm curls, he does some pull-ups. And then he shits into the other Indian guy's mouth, and he shits into a plate.
Damn it.
Wait, why'd she get mad?
Do it your fucking self.
She found out how Indian curry was really made.
Dude, my asshole hurts.
Explain that, Corey.
Okay, we went hiking.
You're better off not leaving that vague.
I'll explain it because this could lead to like colon cancer or something. Knock on wood.
I hope not.
Knock on wood. But
me and Corey are both wounded.
Yeah, Chris got wounded. Chris has like a new setup to record, which might end up be a permanent one.
I'm lying on my back on the ground.
Have you guys ever seen Back to the Future 2 when Marty's dad comes in?
Yeah.
That's Chris right now.
What is that?
I think I slipped a disc today and my back hurts, so I'm on the ground. But don't worry.
That really sucks.
We're gonna play Mario World.
Yeah, we're playing.
Yeah.
We're here to have
Don't
fun.
worry, guys.
We have Chris full of morphine. His eyes are like completely pink right now.
2 Crisperdol and 2
His
nanoprops.
teeth are brown.
Yep.
What does that have to do? Anyways, we were hiking.
What does that have to do with it?
Fluid's draining from his eyes.
We were hiking, and I guess we all
Blood
got
coming from his wherever.
we all got fucked up today. Let me just do this real fast.
We went on the ultimate hike. We walked 60,000
I
steps.
need to fly. Hold on.
And we burnt off 7,000 calories.
One sec. I need to do this.
Tomer, you're the calorie king, is what I call you.
The calorie king.
Yeah.
Is that as in I eat a lot of calories or I burn
Yeah.
a lot of
Watch your calories. You're
You
smart
just
with
know a lot about calories. You're involved with calories a lot.
it. I dropped that at the last second.
a minute
So
keeps the doctor a spinach.
I swear, I went on a hike.
That is my catchphrase. I wish you'd just let me say it.
I went on a hike today, and I had a wedgie in my ass, and it was like kind of scraping against my butt. I didn't really think about it.
I remember looking at your pants wedged up your ass and thinking, God, that looks like a wedgie.
Yeah, I mean, it sucked. Oh, I'm at Star World now.
Well, that Sasquatch gave you the wedgie. You've lifted.
Back in Star Wars.
Should I save delete this?
You don't need no Star Wars.
Yeah, I don't need to do this
I'm
right
gonna
now.
go pee
I'm
now.
just gonna keep going.
Well, you gotta use the office bathroom, because I'm blocking the door.
I guess I'll just wait, or we can talk. It doesn't really matter.
Nah, we just Zach will be back in a
Okay,
minute.
so
You
I
don't
had a
have to
wedgie
wait.
in my ass, and it was like really cutting
Well,
through
Zach
my
will be
fucking
back.
rectum, and I didn't really think much of it. And then we went to a sushi place to eat, and like I went in the bathroom because I think I had a little yellow mustard left over.
I hate that! I hate that fucking term.
Yellow mustard.
Would you prefer if I said a little like brown mayonnaise? What do you prefer?
Brown mayonnaise.
Is that better?
Just say soy sauce.
Oh,
That sounds like something Asians
I
would
thought
have.
I thought it was iced tea.
They're all fucking nasty.
Iced tea sounds nice, quite nice.
Yeah.
I didn't
God
have iced
damn
tea.
it.
I had stinky brown, shitty yellow mustard reeking from my fucking ass. No, okay, so I had yellow. I thought I had yellow mustard, but really, I think I might have gotten a rash from my fucking like boxers because it was riding up my ass crack. And when I was like kind of like cleaning myself up, I had blood in not in my shit, but on like on the paper towel that I tossed into the trash. So I was worried that, but I remember Zach, you had something similar happen where you had blood in your stool and you didn't know what the fuck was happening.
Thanks for outing Zach's medical.
He's talked about it.
No, he's talked about
okay,
it.
okay.
Classic. Well, that was black. That was like
that's
that was
scary.
black bile.
Ew.
Ew.
That's years ago.
You
though.
guys are
Zach, we were-
fucking...
My diet's better
Zach,
now. I don't eat that. I don't eat that shit.
I don't
no
eat
more.
black tar.
I don't eat stuff that makes my fucking stomach creep. Black tar.
Oh, he did it!
We got the item customizing, and you know what that means. More mowing through enemies, more talking about McDonald's. That's all
You
that
want to
really
talk about more
matters.
McDonald's related matters?
Oh, Chris
Yeah.
loves that crazy place.
I had a VHS
I really
as a kid.
don't.
Yeah, you
then
do.
why do
Shut
you
up.
eat it all the time?
I don't. I haven't eaten it in a while.
Okay,
Oh
well,
man, now you say that, I really want
I
McDonald's.
like their ice cream.
I really like their double cheeseburgers and how shitty they taste and how easy they go down my throat.
I honestly, I like the McChicken, but also...
Yes, McChicken is good.
I get it when I'm stuck and I don't want to make nothing. Because there's a McDonald's right next to me.
Have I told the story how I was fired from McDonald's?
No.
You got fired from McDonald's?
Yeah, I worked there as a teenager.
Not in my presence.
Okay, McDonald's. As a kid, I was in high school, I worked at McDonald's. I remember working there and using my first paycheck to get Bioshock Infinite and being disappointed. But, anyway, I was working at McDonald's, and what I would do is when I would make the nuggets, I would dip them in habanero sauce.
They had that available at the McDonald's?
Yes, and it was so good. McDonald's habanero sauce is fucking delicious. So as I was working, I would left and right, no workers in sight, no employees in sight, and then I dip it in, and then I would eat like a handful, but it was so spicy, it would make me fucking cry. So
they fired you for crying?
No. Oh, hey, look, there's a shotgun room.
You did it. So
okay. All other staff members, there was solidarity. We wouldn't out each other or anything for eating on the job. And some managers totally don't mind. It's really just luck of the draw.
Yeah.
But the manager that was on shift that day was a fucking bitch. So I waited. I watched her go into the back room where she was super far away. And this dude came up to me. He's like, please take my shift tomorrow. I was like, no, bitch. Get out of the way. I was eating the habanero sauce. He's like, please take my shift tomorrow. And I thought about it long and hard. And I was like, you know what, dude? I'll take your shift tomorrow. Okay. And then I was like, just leave me alone. And I dipped the nuggets in the habanero sauce. And I made it was like the biggest, wettest dip I had ever done. And I started eating it, right? And I was like, oh. And I was like literally fucking crying. And I'm like red in the face. And then I heard the manager come up behind me. She's like, oh, Dave, you're taking this more on shift tomorrow? And I was like, and like there's Lyle. You ever had too much nugget in your damn throat? There was no swallowing. It was impossible.
So you literally did the
No. She was like, are you taking the shift tomorrow? And I was like trying to chew, but it was too late. She was like, turn around and face me now. Why aren't you looking at me?
Oh my God.
And I turn around and literally there's orange crap fucking pouring out of my mouth. My face is red and I'm crying. And she looks at me and she's like, get the fuck out.
Oh my God, what a horrible
And I
woman.
got fired.
That's what you get, you
How
little
did she
bastard.
know that you weren't just leaking meat and crying over the death of your grandmother?
Yeah, how would she not? I should have gone back and been like, how'd you know?
Dave, what did the guy's shift have to do with the story?
Oh, because if I didn't take that, we never spoke to each other. She would have never asked me shit if I didn't take that guy's shift. I was nice one time in my life, and it made her fucking instant transmit behind me. And it sucked dick.
Yeah, I have this theory that karma works in reverse.
Sometimes you're nice and it bites you.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the what is it? No good act goes unpunished.
Yeah, something like that. I've
yeah,
heard that
unfortunately,
before.
that's real sometimes.
Yeah.
But you know what? They also say the Lord beautiful Jesus works in mysterious fucking ways. Cause guess what? Working at McDonald's fucking sucks, and I'm glad I got fired.
Yeah, that's true. I'm glad you got fired too, man.
Thanks, bro. My dad beat the shit out of me for that though.
I was getting trolled by a freaking fly on my hike today.
Oh, dude, nothing was worse than that hike you took me on where like 800,000 flies just attached themselves to me, like trying to kill me.
Well, today this big, massive, like this huge ass fly, he kept flying at my head, and I got so mad after a while. I started swinging my bag at him.
There we go.
I must have looked crazy.
You probably did.
I was getting so annoyed. I was like, "Fuck off!"
They're probably like, we better avoid that guy. So
No, he flew away after I like swung my bag. It'll learn
Really?
him. Yeah.
They never listen. They never listen to me when I tell them to fuck off.
They never listen.
They never
They're
listen.
flies. They don't have much
ears.
of an opinion
They
on
do have
anything.
ears.
They don't.
Oh, they don't? How do they hear things?
By looking at audio waves.
How do they talk to each other?
They go.
Oh no.
Stop it.
Oh, please.
Stop it. Oh my God, I made it. Okay, cool.
Oh, but we're slowly leaking.
Alright, sorry it's so dark, Chris, but this place is just fucking like infamously dark.
That's okay, corny.
Oh, I made it though. That's good.
A corny morning.
There is an Estus shard here. Oh fuck, I didn't mean to do that. There is an Estus shard here, which I'll get after the rotten fight. But anyways, it was funny. Yesterday, Adam was like, I was saying all day yesterday, I was like, I want McDonald's, and I was like, McDonald's fucking sucks. We're never getting McDonald's ever again.
You always get that.
I know, but then randomly it was like 3 a.m. and Adam's like, I'm so hungry, I'm starving, and he's like, what's open? And I'm like, everything, including McDonald's. And he's like, fine, McDonald's. No, he's like, you lie, Corey, nothing's open except McDonald's. And so we got McDonald's, and oh fucking hold on, I'll get back on track of my story. Let me out of here.
Get me out of here. Hey.
All right, so Adam ordered McDonald's. You should tell the story of what happened, because you came in like freaking out. You were in like a cold sweat, like you just ran from a ghost.
I did run from a fucking ghost. Well, not a ghost, but a witch. It was very scary. There's a few things that gave it away to me, how I know she's a fucking witch. But the first was how she acted. That was not very nice. I got out of there, I had one sock on, and the other sock was missing. I did look kind of stupid. I looked very stupid now that I think about it.
You walked out with one sock.
Yeah, and I was like, you know, you think they bring it to the door, but she was like, oh, that is a worm. That's a slug.
This is a nightmare.
She waved me over to the car. She's like, yeah, fly over here with your broom. And I was like, all right, whatever. What does that do?
It brings this guy to life. Can you please let me heal? Stop praying, dipshit.
Oh my god. Oh no.
Did we die? Who killed us?
What happened?
I got poisoned.
Oh no.
I was sitting there praying like a fucking clown and I died.
No, that's what happens when you pray to your
So this like witch went up to Adam, grabbed his hand, left actual fucking demonic burn marks on it, and tried handing him the McDonald's. It was like half ripped when he brought it in.
And I'm like, I have a burn on my hand. There's a fucking markings on my arm. These strange markings.
You're the mark of the Trinity.
Yes. Yeah.
The best part of the McDonald's was it literally tasted like dog shit, which I knew it would. You don't order McDonald's at night. It always tastes like shit. Because the people working already hate their fucking lives.
Oh, second reason I know she's a witch. Everything was salted to the sea. It tasted so fucking bad.
It was disgusting.
Yeah.
It was really gross. But I don't think that's her doing. I think that was
some fucking witchcraft. If I've ever,
I think she literally carried you the
Like
box. You also said, why did they smush my sandwich? And Adam, I hate to break it to you, but literally every single fucking, oh my god, would you fucking suck a fat cock and die violently?
So much.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Enter the mist into the woods. What?
I remember when I was a really little kid, some other kid like bit me like a zombie in the fucking ball pit at a Chuck E. Cheese.
Ooh.
If some kid did that to me, you don't even know. You don't want to know what would happen.
Yeah, I would break his arm.
Yeah, it like broke skin. Like it was fucking like gnarly.
If a kid bit me as a full-grown adult, I would break his arm.
No, it wasn't as a full-grown adult. I was like fucking like 6 or something.
Ever tell you about this guy in my class when I was a kid? He used to like really annoy me. He would like run after me and like punch me and run away. But one time, so how old was I? I was like 7 or 8. But one time, I caught up to him and I pushed him over and I started kicking him really hard on the ground.
Really?
And it was like way too far. Now that I'm grown up, I'm like, oh, I went way too hard. Like I was kicking him so fucking hard, he could have died.
Well, he was the one who pushed you.
Kids are pretty like resilient. I don't know.
I know, but it was like I was like it's way too far.
Yeah.
I want to go back in time and start kicking that version of myself.
Well, then you'll be
But kick him a little less.
Yeah, just a little bit.
There was a time where I was really angry in PE, and there was this guy who was throwing like, I don't know, it's like chunks of mud from like people. They like cut the grass and they had these like, they look like turd chunks.
Kids really know how to have the best time.
Well, I pretty much jumped on top of him like a wild animal and just started beating him up. Like I was really pissed. I told him, I'm like, if you don't stop throwing mud at me, I'm gonna beat your ass. And he kept doing it, so I'm like, okay, I'm not in a good mood, so that's my justification. I just started like, I got on top of him like a cartoon and just started wailing on him.
Yeah.
And then the principal, but the coach came up to me. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, he was throwing mud at me, so I started punching him. And then he's like, oh, we shouldn't have threw mud at him. And I got away with it.
I actually had a really cool teacher one time that was like this kid was like fucking with me, like it was like flicking me in the back of the head or something stupid like that. Yeah. And I'm like, stop, and he didn't stop, and I'm like, if you don't fucking stop, I'm gonna kick your ass, and he just didn't stop, because he was like, oh, do it, so I just fucking, like, took him to the ground in a headlock, like, right in front of the teacher.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't give a fuck. And the teacher was like, you want to tell me why you just got yourself suspended? I'm like, he was fucking with me, and like, oh, I didn't say fucking. I was like, he kept like flicking me in the back of the head, and I told him to stop repeatedly, and he didn't. And he was like, don't flick him in the back of the head. And I was like, oh man, this guy's cool.
Suspended?
No, he was a weird, it was like a computer lab teacher where it was just like a guy who, I don't know if his first choice in job was being a teacher, but I'm guessing it wasn't.
That's a really badass line to be like, do you want to tell me why you just got yourself suspended?
No, he was cool. He would be like, he would just randomly fucking start a class and be like, yo, if someone threw a gun over the fence and you grabbed it and then someone came into the class and said, you know, I'm gonna shoot everybody, would you have what it takes to like shoot them?
I don't think so. I was a little
he would just
kid.
have conversations like that, or when the movie 300 came out, he didn't see the movie because
like, would
fucking
you kick? Like,
yeah, would you kick a guy into a hole? He was like ranting about 300, and he was like that movie's fucking stupid because in real life those guys lost. But I mean, they lose in the movie, but I don't think he saw it. I think he just thought it was stupid and didn't go see it because he thought that they won. And I don't know, but
I think it's telling me I have to actually play these stages.
He was a cool fucking teacher. I probably would not have done that in front of like a few of my other teachers, but that guy was cool.
Corey, I love whenever you come to stay, I wake up to, what the fuck? What the fuck is bullshit?
To be fair though, that was bullshit, Chris.
Wait, what was it
Every
this time?
morning he's playing Zelda. What? Come on!
Well, it probably was bullshit at the time.
Corey.
I'm sorry. You know what? It was probably Isaac, because Isaac gets me pretty angry.
It gets me pretty miffed.
Chris, I didn't know I upset you.
You didn't upset me. It's just part of the experience.
No,
you know?
it isn't. The roller coaster Corey experience shouldn't be me waking you up in the middle of the night with me screaming about video games.
It's not you, it's the neighbors, so it's fine.
Dude, the neighbors are worse. Even if I scream, the neighbors are like clearing their throats and throwing their shit around.
You don't have like a Mr. Rogers-esque relationship with your neighbors?
Not at all. In fact, it was kind of bad until
annoying.
recently. They finally stopped because one of them came over and they're like, hey, we don't see you anymore. And I was like, yeah. And they were like,
why does that matter?
Yeah, like, why don't we see you? And it was like, because I don't want to walk around where you are. I don't want to see you. Like, it was so awkward. But then they were finally like, did we do something? I'm like, actually, yeah. Like, you guys wake me up like really early every morning by slamming your fucking trash cans.
Going outside and clearing your voice at 8 a.m.
Yeah, the fucking husband goes outside and literally, he's like the smoker from Left 4 Dead. He goes, yeah!
It's really gross.
And it's like, dude, you are so disgusting. Like, fuck you, honestly. And then, but she came over and she apologized. She's like, I'm so sorry that my dog had a seizure. I'm just like, I don't care about your dog having I don't like that's you can't help that, but can you tell your husband to stop having seizures?
You can help that.
Yeah. No, I actually, one of your neighbors, I always park in front of their house now to piss them off.
Really?
Yeah, because I parked my car and I came back out to this note that said, you are taking up 2 spots.
Shut up.
But you're not.
First of all,
dude, I got a neighbor that takes
I got a neighbor that takes thing. First of all,
one of my neighbors
and
has
second,
like 5
how do you
cars.
know?
You know,
how do they know what the situation
also,
was when I fucking parked
somebody
there?
who parks right. I know we're screaming, but there's literally someone who parks right in front of Chris's goddamn window.
Dude, there's 5 cars parked in front of my house at all times, and like the guy owns an army truck, and so he takes up like 3 spots with an army truck.
It's not the army truck guy.
No, he's actually really cool, so I don't mind that he does that. But yeah, it's the other 2. All I'm saying is, I'm going to have to cut your dog's head off next time you piss me off.
And we'll see who's having a fucking seizure after that one.
Just kidding. I'm not going to kill your dog.
No, I don't know. If the neighbor's like cool or whatever, like if they cough, like I don't think they're coughing to piss you off.
No, but go in. No, dude, they have fights on the fucking front lawn like almost like every week. It's always like, no, I don't want to do that. And he's like, do it. And she's like, no, I don't want to do it. And he's like,
yeah, we definitely have these fucking neighbors that are constantly screaming at each other,
like,
and
dude,
I don't know what language they're speaking, but they sound like fucking. It sounds like Simlish from The Sims.
Like, oh da da.
Yeah, and they fucking scream at each other till like 4 a.m.
Dude, I would fucking call the police on that shit. I would squeal.
Did I ever tell you about that time me and Jack O'Carroll were walking down Wexford? No, you know where the Wexford Creamery is?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
We were walking on this big ass busy street near there, and we came across these ducks, and we were recording it. We were like, look at all the little baby ducks, and then we noticed that they were all starting to run onto the road. And we were all like, oh no! So we started trying to gather them up. So Jack was like, you go this way, and I'll go this way. And we're just like trying to gather these little baby ducks. And I got my side, and I put them all back onto the safety of the sidewalk.
Onto the road.
And I was like, wow, I did it. I did something good. I just heard Jack go, Chris! And I look over, and there's just this like red spot on the road with a little tiny duck foot sticking out of it.
Oh my fucking god. Like evaporated.
I felt so bad. Do you guys want to hear something funny that happened to me when I was a little 12-year-old?
What happened?
I went to America with my mom and dad and sister, and we went to my dad's friend's daughter's friend's barn party when there was like 100 people at this barn out in Iowa somewhere. And they were like, hey, you want to play basketball with us? And I was like, okay. And I got the basketball, and I threw it really hard. It smashed a girl in the face. And she went, oh!
Where did you hit her? Like the eyes or the mouth?
In the nose.
Oh my
and I was
God.
like, I'm so sorry. And she was like, what's the problem? And then I got excluded. I got banished from the cool guys, right? And I had to go sit with these guys. So it was like two, 3 kids. One of them was wearing a necklace made of Lego. And,
how old was he?
Like 12. But he was wearing a necklace made of Lego, and he didn't talk. And then there was another guy sitting with his mom, and his mom was obviously looking after him because he was really red. But he was like, his mom was like, hello, Chris. Welcome to the fun desk. And I was like, hello. And then she was like, this is my son. He's very nice. And
this
he was
is like a weird episode of Rugrats or something. Like Tommy fucking throws a basketball at someone's face and has to sit with the weird kids.
No, exactly. And it was creepy because she was like, this is my son. He's very nice. And she's like, say hello. And he was like, he was staring into fire, like a bonfire. And he was going, fire! And she was like, yes, fire is very warm, isn't it? And he was just like, burn it all! And I was just sitting there like, what the fuck is going on? And she was like, say hello to Kristen.
Beavis. He's fucking Beavis, dude.
That's the thing. It's like, it sounds like a cartoon, but this was a real,
no, I believe
kid.
it's real. He might have gotten that from the show.
Yeah, maybe. But his mom was clearly just being like, yes,
psychotic.
Yes. He's my wonderful son, and I love him very
much. Was
much.
it like a broken demeanor, or like a glazed over, like she was a husk being controlled by a host parasite?
Would you say she had milky eyes?
She had milked over eyes, yes. She had milked over eyes and a gray demeanor.
She had a 2-inch layer of milk over her eyes.
She had milky eyes and a gray haircut.
She had gray spots on her skin.
Her spots grew and shrunk as she talked.
They were alive. They were living organisms.
I can do it. I didn't know I was supposed to kill them. I forgot. This is a slightly different version.
You got 5
Corey, what were the 2 things you wanted to talk about?
Well, okay. First, let's start with something that like you can kind of like talk about. Where you told me something I have no idea what the fuck you were talking about, but it sounded really funny. You went to this like Transformers convention.
Oh yeah. So,
oh my god,
me, Zach,
dude,
Adam,
come on.
and Adam, we all went. Oh, and Tomar, we all were driving around one day. And then we were driving by McDonald's, and we saw a bunch of cosplayers on the street. We're like, what the hell? What's going on? Because COVID had just ended. And then we were like, oh, look, we saw the hotel, and it had, like, convention sign on the outside. We're like, cool, let's go to the convention. And then we walked in, and it turns out it was just, like, a Transformers convention. And we tried sneaking into it, but then we got caught, and they were like, you gotta pay $30 each. And we're
Jesus.
like, okay, well, at least we can stick around for the convention. And we paid $30 each, and we went in, and it was one fucking room where they were just selling a bunch of Transformers. We're like, this cost $30 fucking dollars?
That's ridiculous.
$30 to go into pay
I did
something?
hear you went in like a square circle.
I hate these cons that are like, you gotta pay in to buy stuff. So you would have made more money if you let people walk around for free, you fucking idiots. But anyways, we went in, we walked around once, took literally, I think, 2 minutes. And then we were like, whoa, what else are we gonna do? So we saw that they had Transformers panels going on. And then we were like, okay. So we walked around the hotel. And then
paid $30 for a fucking single warehouse room with Transformers.
Yeah, but then okay, go ahead. But then we found the panel, and it was a voice actors panel for Transformers cartoons. And we walked in and we sat down, It was really awkward. This girl ushered us in, and she was like, "Oh, this is a really good panel. It's really good." We were like, "Okay." We all sat down, and then we were just sitting there, and the first thing that happens was this guy walked up, and he asked the panel of Transformers voice actors. He was like, "I would like to see you do."
He sounds like an evil supervillain.
Well, he kind of was, because he was like, "I would like."
Adjusting his
So this Transformers guy also voices a Spider-Man character. I'm guessing. I think Peter Parker. So he was like, "I would like to see you create a conversation between Peter Parker and this Transformer." And then the guy was like,
my God.
The guy was like, "Okay." And then he started it, and like you would think that the voice actor would like say like one thing and get it over with, but he went on for like fucking 10 minutes. He was just doing a giant fucking bit.
He was absolutely waiting for. He had been practicing forever.
Was he getting laughs at the peanut gallery?
Yeah. Was everybody laughing and like, or were they just like, eh?
Was it pity laughs or was it like?
It was. I mean, like when people go to these things because they worship these guys. They'll laugh at anything anyway.
But were they laughing?
Yeah.
The whole way through?
But as a guy who walked in and just sat down, it was like, Jesus Christ, man, get on with it.
I have to ask, was it worth the $30?
No. I mean,
what?
Like, what was I expecting? I'm not into Transformers.
I don't know what you were expecting. I'm the same way.
For $30, you should be getting a lot,
If I was going in and they were like, it's a Transformers concert, I'd be like, I'm leaving. I don't
Transformers
care.
concert.
I don't know.
We should have just gone home, but we were bored, okay? We were bored and we were looking for adventure.
Yeah, Chris, I wasn't there with that.
Oh, I thought you were. It was me, the two Adams, and Tomar then.
Yeah, I think it was that.
That is really funny.
The two Adams.
We went to a place recently. What was that place called? It's like Uncle Chuck and Stan's like Great Big Collection Adventure or some shit.
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. It's like this giant fucking warehouse where it is cool. It's like MagFest, but my problem with like these places is like it's a bunch of like normie crap everywhere. A bunch of like Funko Pops and like the same fucking like Superman figures and. Like, if it's anime, it's always like Demon Slayer and Naruto. It's just the same crap. It's like nothing really new. And you always see like the same like models. It's always the same Rem and Ran. Like, nobody knows what I'm talking about. But if you know what, yeah, I'm a nerd. But if you know what anime is, like you'll know what I'm talking about. It's just really lame.
Man, I was so hyped for Sonic and Brawl.
I think everyone was. Everyone was like, what?
It was the best day of my life.
Did you
honestly.
ever go on the fucking Smash Bros. Brawl website where they would like announce shit like every day?
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah. When they fucking announced Sonic, everyone shrieked. Did you ever have a friend that that pretended like they unlocked Sonic and Melee because of that fucking uh-oh.
Because of the Nintendo Power April Fool's thing?
There was an April Fool, like an infamous like April Fool's thing that said like if you beat like 100 guys on Cruel Melee or whatever, you'd unlock Sonic and Tails.
Yeah.
And
they had a really convincing screenshot to go with it.
Yeah. And I had a friend that he like pretended he said that he did it, and he was like, yeah, I'll come over to my house and I'll show you. Oh, get fucked. And I was like, okay, and I was like all excited because, you know, I was really excited to see like Sonic, so like, not only did I kind of like inadvertently call him on it, I was like really excited to see it, so I like really, and I went over to this guy's house all the time, so it wasn't like that would be out of the ordinary for me to go to his house. So he kept like coming up with excuses why he couldn't hang out, and then like, eventually, I just convinced him to let me come over, and he like. Like deleted his save, like blatantly like deleted his save, like, and then he just pretended to be like shocked about it.
What a fucking loser!
he was like, "What happened? Everything got deleted."
Dang! Look at Tomar hanging in there.
Pisses me off. I told you this would be the year of the Tomar. You didn't listen to me.
Fuck you, Tomar. Dude, the first time I moved to America, remember when we first moved into Philly? My computer was broken, and I went to Geek Squad, and I remember I was just like, these guys have to be really fucking smart. They're called Geek Squad, and they're at Best Buy. How could this not be true? Oh my god. And then
I don't follow you there, but go on.
It's illegal to call yourself Geek Squad if you're not actually legally a squad of geeks. But
I was just like, at the very least, they're gonna be like capable. But I walked in, and this guy was wearing a Geek Squad outfit, and he was like this fat, like 60-year-old, like Alabama retard with a mustache.
Well, none of those things disqualify him for fixing a computer.
Well, anyway, I was just like, hey, do you guys fix computers? He was just like, yeah. I mean, yeah. I was just like, okay, well, and I said something like, I think there's something wrong with the power. He was like, what, the power? And I was like, yeah.
What do you mean? Did he sound confused or something?
He didn't know what the fuck was going on. He was just like, and like literally from that, I was like, this guy doesn't know what the fuck is happening. I'm not going to give my computer to this guy. Adam, tell the viewers about your fantastic hot dog that you got.
I mean, it wasn't bad. You just got aggressive to the guy.
No, I didn't. I wasn't aggressive.
Yeah, I was like, oh, Chris, would you like a hot dog? And you were like, I would love a hot dog. And you smiled really nicely, so I was like, okay, I'll get him a hot dog.
Really nicely.
Oh, I'm not good at this. Oh.
Anyway, Adam was like, I'll get you a hot dog, and he came back and he bought like a bunch of like burger patty with peppers shoved into it between burger buns.
I thought it was kind of tasty.
This fucking asshole was scamming people.
By adding more food, you gave us more bang for our buck, and you're like, you scam artist.
I remember, Chris, you had a friend here.
Yeah.
Like, you had a friend here, and I was just bitching and stuff, and I'm like, I gotta be honest, do you think it's hot when, like, I bitch and whine like a baby?
Yeah.
They didn't say anything. It was funny.
Corey, it's just so alpha.
What?
It's alpha as shit.
It's true.
It's alpha as shit to be like a neckbeard man
Like,
child,
laugh at your
but
joke?
so confident.
Yeah, I think it's pretty alpha to just complain about
Be like,
everything.
did you see that? That's such bullshit, right?
I will say, I used to live in like a windowless garage that you had to walk through like a weird, creepy alley to get to.
Oopsie.
And there were a few times where I was like, I mean, I didn't say it out loud, but I was like kind of silently thinking like, aren't you at least a little bit afraid I'm a serial killer?
To who?
To just women.
Why would you say that?
I didn't say it.
I mean, look at me.
I just thought it. Although, to be fair, like, part of my game was, like, joking around about living in a creepy, like, fucking, like, windowless garage. So, by the time that came into play, it was usually like, ooh, I want to see it. So, like, I kind of used it to my advantage, but...
Want to check out my creepy windowless garage?
Well, did that change your personality at all, living in a garage for like 3 or 4 years?
Living in a garage with no window? I mean, probably, right? It's hard to say what
Did
6
that
years...
fuck you up?
What 6 years anywhere does to a person.
Was it 6 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
6 years of rats.
6 years of rats, and yeah, I really actually don't delve into that too much. I lived in what was essentially like a big concrete box.
You've mentioned it before.
It was basically like a duplex, and my my landlord was like, he was like a
skip it all.
He was like a Vietnam vet that was probably had some sort of like severe undiagnosed PTSD because the dude was nuts.
Yeah.
And yeah, there were just hijinks that ensued. Mountains upon mountains of hijinks.
Rat slamming hijinks.
Rat slamming hijinks.
Rat slamming hijinks.
I have a restraining order against his crazy ex-wife because she kept like coming back and threatening to. Yeah, I do.
You got a restraining order?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like he got it against her. Like she can't come near him.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I know.
Okay.
But I never knew you had to do that.
No, it was like a whole fucking thing.
What the fuck? You never told me this shit.
Oh no. Jeez, is that? Let me see if that's. Let me think about if that's a story I want to tell on Oneyplays.
That's fair. Take your time.
Okay, you know what? Fuck it. So basically, like, my landlord had this crazy ex-wife. Like, when I say ex-wife, she was like an ex-wife at the time that he let move back in with him because she got like kicked out of like her daughter's house or something.
Yeah.
That's always a good reason to let someone move in with you.
So she was fine for a bit. But when she would drink, it was like night and day psycho shit. And he was pretty hard to deal with too, so I'm sure that like he probably pushed her buttons to a certain extent, but like there was a point where every single, like, they had no hours. It could be like night or day. Yeah. So there was a point where they were fucking screaming at each other like probably 3 to 4 hours a day. Fuck. So there was like an extended period of time where I was getting like, when I say no sleep, I mean like I would probably get at most like 2 hours of sleep a night.
I would blow my brains out.
What did you try to deal with that? I'm sure you tried like earplugs and,
and
just drowning it out.
But
and
it was just fucking like screaming constantly. So eventually, like, he cut her off from alcohol, and she got so desperate that, like, she signed, like, a cash for keys agreement. He was trying to get rid of her for, like, a year, maybe.
Wow.
And then when he got rid of her, of course, that night, she started coming back, and we changed the locks on, like, everything. So she was basically, like, just standing outside the building, outside the gate, like, screaming that she was gonna kill us for, like, hours at a time every single night.
What the fuck?
And it was, like...
That's horrifying.
Just, yeah, I mean,
I guess all it took was one recording and to get a judge to give you a restraining order.
Yeah.
Did you record her?
I didn't record any of that. Well, I might have, but I don't have it anymore. I do have, like, tons of fucking... I recorded all the messages she left on his fucking answering machine, and there's some goldmine shit in there. Monica calls her Cherokee Patty. Because there's because there's this like incoherent voicemail where she's like, ah, fuck it, this and that and the other, and she ends it with like, and I'll tell you what,
oh fuck,
I'm more fucking Cherokee than you'll ever be. And I mean that.
Why would she say that?
I don't know. Dude, it's like incoherent, like rambling. Like, she literally sounds like the fucking cat lady from The Simpsons.
Yeah, that Trace McNeil, like, crazy lady scream she does.
Yeah. Like, there's psycho shit. She was, like, trying to like, she kept telling the cops that she had, like, heart medicine that she needed to go inside and get. Because, like, she, in her mind, if she got to the other side of the gate, he wouldn't be able to kick her out again. Which he might not have, because it took him so long to get rid of her the first time. But that's why I have a restraining order against her, was just so that, like, if she showed up, we could call the cops and they could get her to leave. Because they were, like, super not fucking helpful.
Really?
Like, yeah. If you... Dude, if you have a situation with the cops... and you're dealing with something like an old lady, you know, like, or just anywhere where it's like you're like a full-grown man, and then the other person looks like more helpless. Dude, the cops let them fucking walk all over you.
Wow.
They let her drive away like so goddamn drunk that there was like a person on a bike, and she almost like hit the person on the bike. The cop had to like scream at her. And then she like peeled away,
and they
like
still just
floored
let her
it.
go,
Yeah, they just let her go.
Wow.
She was so goddamn like belligerent drunk. Like, I mean, like barely able to like stand up, like slurring her words like crazy drunk, and the cop let her drive away. It was fucking nuts. I realized she had to go when one time they were like having this huge fight. I came home. They were having this huge fight, and he was like out front in his underwear, and she was just screaming at him from the window. I like went into the backyard, and my fucking dog was missing.
Is this an
Your
optional
dog?
level?
My dog.
You
and
had
I
a
was
dog?
like, yeah.
Oh.
And I was like, where the fuck is my dog? And she had like barricaded she had like stolen my dog, and like had my dog like locked up there with her.
What the
And it was,
fuck?
I was like, this bitch has gotta fucking go. And then when you know, when she was outside the gate screaming every night, then she really let me know what she thinks, because she was like, my son should be living where you are. And like, there were all these voicemails where like, you don't know, but I know that Lyle is a fucking like things like that. In her mind, we were doing cocaine with whores, and she was gonna tell the cops everything. It was fucking psycho shit. It was nuts.
This level is fucking psycho shit.
But I'm impressed at how well you're dealing with this. Look, you're gonna get it.
You're really gonna get it. Holy shit!
You did it!
You monster!
That was not fun.
But it was fun to win, wasn't it?
But yeah, that was just one of many sagas in that fucking concrete hell.
I'm sorry that happened, Lyle.
It's fine.
Ooh, eh?
The fuck is that?
It's a new.
Those are my neighbors.
55.
My neighbors are always doing weird shit.
What are they doing that
Like,
for?
oh, that's your neighbors?
Yeah. They're always
What actually is that in the game?
It's a
It's
song.
like a football team on that plot of land right there.
It does sound like a football.
It kind of
chant.
sounds like a football chant, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
You want to know something kind of funny?
What?
I moved into this house, and I was off to a bad start with neighbors on one side. Everyone else in the neighborhood's really cool, except for these fuckers right next door. I woke up on my first night to them standing on my, front, like, driveway, and then staring up and looking in at my window.
Mm-hmm.
It's, like, really creepy. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with them? And then, I've woken up at 7 a.m. to them yelling and shit at each other, and they're They're just these they're they're big
crazy.
They're big fat crazies. But
big fat crazies.
But anyway, these neighbors they were dickheads, right? One day, my roommate Adam, he ordered food and it showed up on their door and they didn't tell us. And then one time, like days later, we went outside. We were going to like go to fucking McDonald's or something in the car, and then the big fat guy was standing there and he was like, "Hey, did one of you order something?" And I was like, "No." And then he was just like, "Well, I got food here a few days ago." And we're just like, oh, maybe Adam did." And he's like, "Well, it says Adam on the bag."
Like,
and then he was like, if you can prove to me you're Adam, I'll give it to you. It's just like, dude, it's like 2 or 3 days old now. And why would I have to prove it to you? I just said his name before you even asked.
Yeah, you fucking idiot.
Like, he's crazy, right? But then, after that, I was like,
what a weird psycho.
Yeah, after this, I was like, fuck this guy.
You're my neighbor, but you might just be lying to get free 3-day-old food.
Yeah, I'm sure
he's a big fat toad monster.
He's clearly a guy with like who doesn't have any power in any other part of his life, and he's like scraping for it.
He was like, "I'm gonna call the HOA on you if you don't like bring in your trash can right after they pick it up." It's like, dude, I bring it in every single day that it comes. Like, Jesus Christ, relax.
It's like they're not gonna come if you call.
Everyone else on my street leaves their trash out for days, but I don't care because who gives a fuck?
You're saying it's literally this guy and his wife that are the only ones that.
Yes.
Like,
Yes. Right. So anyway, I was like at this point, I was like, fuck these people, they're being assholes. Then my parents visited, and then one day, the woman was standing outside bringing out her trash. I ignored her and went inside because my dad just did something really embarrassing. He looked at her and he went, "Hello," like that. And he was making fun of her because he knew that they were bitches. But then I was like, "Oh, Dad, I can't deal with this cringe." So I went inside, and then I heard her yelling at my dad, and I was like, "Oh no!" But then my dad came in, and he was like, "Dad, I just made friends with her." And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Yes, she's actually very nice, and she was just worried that you moved in and you were going to cause problems because, like, you know, you're a young guy and blah blah blah." And I was like, "But Dad, I never caused it. Like, I'm quiet. I never did anything." And he's like, "Yeah, but she thought you were going to do that." And I'm like, "Okay, well, I don't care."
That's her fucking problem.
Yeah. But then I went outside. He's like, "Come outside and just talk to her." I'm like, "Okay." And it was like really awkward. But then we started talking, and now she's on good terms with me. She is. But I was still like, well, I still think her husband's a dick. And then, like, a few nights right after that, I woke up to him screaming abuse at her at like 7 a.m. being like, "You're fucking stupid! You're a fucking idiot!" And I was like, Jesus Christ, what is going on? And that's where I'm at right now.
From what I heard, it sounded like he did a failed attempt at gaslighting you. So
yeah, seriously, like, well,
he seems like a fucking
anybody that plays
psycho.
mind games like that with somebody they don't know. If you answer my riddle, I will give you your 4-day-old food. How about you fuck off, dude? How about you throw it in the truck garbage?
Yeah, how about
look? I don't want your old burgers,
How about you throw it in the garbage and take a nap, man?
Anywhere with an HOA is gonna be fucking freaky.
HOAs are awful. I wouldn't be surprised if the dude is the one in that situation that was like,
yeah,
to the woman was like, "These new people moved in, and I think they might cause a problem."
Yeah.
He said that like his jawline is fucking way low.
From the what I've heard of the bastard.
Oh, wow. We went to get an acai bowl, and we were standing in line, and this woman was just standing ordering her food. She was like 50. She looked like a scary, like, witch woman. She was ordering her acai bowl. Adam had not fully woken up yet, so he was thinking to himself, just standing there, like staring into space. And then he suddenly went, like that, right? And then the woman just spun around and looked him in the eye, and then he just went, "I'm sorry." And he just turned around and faced away from her. He just stood there facing in the opposite direction. He literally went, "I'm sorry," and he just turned around. It was so uncomfortable.
I didn't know how to handle it.
Why did you laugh?
I thought it was something funny when I was looking at her legs.
What were you thinking of?
Her legs looked funny.
You're crazy.
Yeah, I didn't mean to though. It just kind of happened, and I was like, "Whoops."
Oh, Zach, guess what I saw today in downtown Burbank?
What?
We were driving around, and then we saw this crazy homeless lady just tweaking on the street. She was like screaming. Corey literally was like, "Put up the window, put up the window," and she like looked over and she was like, she was all angry.
First of all, you were not explaining it properly.
That did happen.
It did happen, but I didn't say put up the window. You said don't do it. And when you looked at Adam, and he's like, "Oh yeah, no."
Adam was like, "Will I call to her?" And we were like, "No, you fucking idiot."
Yeah,
but
don't scream to a tweaker. She could run up to you and spit on you.
She looked really angry, right? And no, Corey was right, because when we were driving away, I looked back and I saw a guy walking by her holding, like he was walking his dog, and she just like had a cup in her hand and she just smacked it into his face.
Yeah.
And he was just like, "What the fuck?"
I couldn't even believe it.
Well, you did a drive-by kissing, right, on her?
No.
No, she was gross.
What?
I tried to find her again. She was like completely gone.
She
just
looked like
vanished.
she looked like if you did an experiment that went horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Like she looked like she just walked out of a lab.
Yeah.
Like a mad scientist.
She did look like Dr. Rock when he breaks out of the lab. He's all like disheveled and like, oh.
She does look
like,
like
where's my Rosie? I almost ran over a dog today.
You did.
That would suck.
It wasn't my fault. The guy let his dog run out on the road.
That was pretty alarming though, to like see it, but it's not your fault, yeah. But you.
If I ran over a dog, I'd feel fucking sick.
It would have went under it, but it could have like actually.
The dog literally ran right under the car, and I screeched to a halt. And if I had killed the fucking dog, the two kids were there looking at it.
Yeah.
It would have been so bad.
It bolted though. This isn't like some like psychopath like tailgating it. It fucking saw the car and wanted to end its life because it ran fast. That was scary as shit. It ran, it stopped, and looked at Chris with big fucking bright eyes.
It was the cutest fucking dog.
It was
the dog.
adorable.
It was the dog from Shrek 2 that's in Fiona's bed.
It looked like something you would want to like see it squished in a tiny little. No, I'm joking. I don't want to talk about that.
Didn't Sakura? He made this.
Naruto
yeah,
character.
he said he got the idea for this after he saw a guy like get shot in the mouth on a subway, and it really fucked him up. But he said the two things were unrelated. They just happened on the same day.
Oh, that's kind of a
nice
nice
ending. You wanna know something that I just remembered because you said Sakura? When I was a little kid, I had this friend from the.
Yeah.
We liked Naruto as kids, so we would. It was funny. We used to fuck pillows and be like, "This is Sakura, this is Naruto," and we'd each like get the hot girl and we just fuck a pillow. It was really weird. I just forgot about that somehow.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
When you say fuck pillows.
Yeah, we'd be like, it'd be like role playing. It'd be like, this is Sakura, this is Nada, this is our girlfriends, we're gonna fuck now, and then we just fuck them.
Like in the same room, you both got on pillows next to each other.
No, not right next to each other. We'd be like a little hidden.
We'd be a little.
So hidden. One of you would go behind a couch or something?
No. Wait,
like you'd be within. You'd be able to see each
like,
other, is what I'm asking.
If you looked, but that'd be gay. So we just didn't look at each other. Well, actually, we did. Fuck. Yeah. So I remember I remember being really proud I had a bigger dick than him. I was like, that's cool.
You got such good stories.
I really hope he never ever finds this. He'll be kind of mad at me.
No, it's just brotherly love.
It was kind of. No, that is not what brotherly love should be. It was more of like, you're my bro. Let's. I don't even know.
My legs are so sore from yesterday.
Yeah.
I feel like my kneecaps are like buckling sometimes.
Yeah, that was a lot of DDR yesterday.
That was my first DDR in a while. Me and Dave have been playing DDR off and on for a few months, but it's been a while since I played DDR. And so we went to a DDR to play for the first time, I guess. And it was so fucking quiet, we couldn't hear anything, which was awful. Because like when because we've gone for frame of reference, we have a round 1 in Philly, and it's really fucking loud. Loud to a point where it hurts your ears, but you can also hear it, so it's good.
You got a round 1 in Philly?
Yeah, there's one like downtown.
That's awesome.
We have a Dave and Buster's near us, but Chris, I told you this shit yesterday, but this shit is fucked up. I can't get it out of my brain.
I know, it's so fucking, it's weird.
I never want to be like a weird Karen or anything, but I was like, fuck this. Like, we're paying a ton of money to play this. It's like...
You're paying like $20 every 5 minutes.
It's like $20 for like a card to play it, so it's like, alright, fuck it. I want to hear it at least. So I call the dude up, and it's like, dude, this shit's too quiet. Can you raise the volume on it? The guy
just like a random worker, right?
Yeah, I went up to him, and they're like, oh yeah, definitely. Like, we can raise the volume. We'll send out a mechanic. He comes out. He's like, oh... sorry, man. He's like, I don't know how to do this. And I'm like, oh, well, that's freaking... You're the fucking mechanic. Okay, so then I went on my phone. I was like, there's got to be a way to fix this. Even this guy's too dumb to figure it out. So I looked it up, and it's like, oh, if you use a key to go behind the panel, you can change it.
Oh, you're telling me the one thing, the most obvious thing that sticks on the goddamn DDR machine was the obvious answer?
But I called, like, I tell them, I'm like, okay, the thing's too quiet and it's not fixed. You send a guy out again. And they're like, yeah, oh yeah, definitely. They send the guy out. I'm like, dude, look. I'm like, I Googled it. I know how to fucking change it, man. If you just use your key, we can raise the volume. And he was like, oh yeah. He's like, I know how to do it. He's like, I just don't care. I just don't want to do it. I was like, why the fuck not? And he's literally standing there, no expression, no life, looking into me and Corey's eyes. And he's like, yeah, he's like, I just don't want to do it. He's like, I just don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, Corey were like, what the fuck is it?
It's like, why did you fucking walk over here? Why'd you lumber over here, you ass? Like, what is the fucking deal?
He's just fucking standing there looking at us, and it's
just
so
some
weird.
weird dork power tripping.
Yes, and it's just like, I was like, why? And he's like, I don't want to. And it's like, well, then get the fuck out of my face. Go the fuck back to your little room or where the fuck you came from.
Oh, that scared me. So yeah, like, we pretty much just we played because we wanted
to do to that fucking guy, Chris. Blow this fucking thing to smithereens.
Yeah, blow him away with acid rounds. We still ended up playing, but we had to play songs that weren't bassy and just really high treble, so we could hear like.
I'm out. This is too scary.
Holy! Oh, he looks so cute. Oh, you blew off his fucking leg. That's.
Oh my god.
Oh, it was sick. That was awesome. That was Windsor's, dude.
I've never felt so scared.
Eder.
Oh my god.
On screen, right? Win. When I go win.
Make him say win. Look, I'm lighting stuff.
Anyways, what were we talking about? Yeah, we were playing DDR and it was fun. We were playing next to these one guys who were like going hard. Like one of the guys was like playing level extreme. The other guy next to him was like playing normal. He eventually started playing hard. But that guy, there's this unfortunate thing that Dave pointed out that is so funny to me. Is like this guy, he looked like he came straight out of Grandma's Boy, the movie. Like one of those.
Oh yeah, the sweaty dude.
Yeah, the sweaty nerd. His asshole was drenched wet. It looked like he went swimming just where his asshole is.
I feel bad pointing this out.
Yeah.
But it was an unfortunate pattern in us last night that all these guys playing DDR had these like weird stripes of sweat like right on their ass crack. I don't know how the fuck that was happening.
You said it's because they sat down and then just like
that was my theory. My theory was they're getting sweaty and then sitting down and fucking smushing it because they all had just like I don't know. They had asshole sweat, Chris. Can you believe
is there
it?
just like a woman there with like a G-string?
No, I would play one game and not sweat out of my asshole and then leave.
Which is what you did, and it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
If your dad showed up and he was like, Corey, my liver is failing. I need to sew myself to you like a Siamese twin to survive. Would you let him do it?
No, I'd be like, we have another son you can sew yourself to.
What if he said, Corey Kalamazoo, I now share a liver with you, and then he was together like
Wait, can you share a liver?
You can if you're like a Siamese twin.
I honestly don't want my dad to be tied to me. I feel like.
Would you kill him with a hammer?
He would be more disappointed than he already is. No, I want to kill him with a hammer, but I just feel like.
What if he Siamesed himself to you?
I feel like he wouldn't Siamese to me without asking.
Yeah.
I don't see him, so he's gonna have a hard time getting to me anyways. Would you Siamese tie yourself to your mom?
No, probably not.
What about her lower half?
Absolutely not.
You get replaced. Your dad when your dad's looking for some fun time.
I would absolutely not do that. You're like, Dad, I'm right here. That's like that chick with like two heads where they have
with the goggles.
Yeah, maybe she has goggles. I don't know, but she has two separate. Their each individual head has its own sentience, and they have their own boyfriends.
That's
what? Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Would you
I
feel
saw another
right doing
clickbait
that?
article that had Siamese twins, and they were like, "We're two girls, but we only have one vagina."
Is that their connection point? Is the vagina
just connected by like the small skin of a vagina? No, but they have one boyfriend. That is kind of awkward.
That is what is the same? What's the line of insanity?
Do you want to know the definition of insanity?
Do you want to know the definition of insanity?
No,
Do you want to know the definition of
doing
insanity?
the same thing and expecting different results.
And then he kicks you down the well, right? I actually never played that game.
That would have been funnier if he said, "You want to know the definition of insanity?"
And he just
kicking you down the well.
Did I ever tell you we almost worked with that guy?
Really?
Really?
Yeah, I think it's like
like the guy from Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Back when we were doing Sanity Not Included.
Oh, that far back.
Far
Holy
Cry
shit.
3 was coming out, and they had like a promo with Machinima, and they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna fly you out to like Hawaii or something, and
Holy
you guys
shit.
are gonna like do a film shoot."
Were you gonna pretend to be running away from that guy?
Well, what ended up happening was we were like, okay, yeah, let's do it, and it was like supposed to happen in like a week, and then they were like, yeah, it's definitely gonna happen, it's definitely still happening, and then they just kind of went like radio silent on us, and then like a couple months later, we saw him, you know, the thing went up, and basically we had been replaced by McLovin from Superbad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
McLovin got to experience insanity?
It's cooler that you got, like, shoved aside for McLovin. That's better than actually doing it.
Yeah, that's way funnier.
Can I tell you guys about a dream I had last night?
Oh yes, please.
I know talking about dreams is really lame, but this was a good one. Alright, I dreamt I was walking into a Target, and there was a lady with a mat out on the ground. Like, you know, gym mats? She had one of those, and she had, like, a really professional little setup, but on the mats were giant house centipedes, and she was trying to sell them. And she was like, they make excellent hunters. And then she took out a praying, like a big praying mantis, like it was the size of like a toddler. And she put it in the middle of the floor. But then I realized I was randomly holding this metal steel ball. And then I dropped it by accident, started rolling all over the room, and I was like really scared it was gonna hit one of the house centipedes. But then it did, it rolled over one, and then I got in trouble.
Did you have to buy it? Was it like you break it, you buy it?
No, that was when I woke up and I was really stressed out.
What stressed you out?
Isn't that crazy? Imagine walking into a Target, and there's a lady that's like, I'm trying to sell these centipedes. But all we get in the real world are these kids saying like, can you donate to my basketball team?
Oh, I get those a lot, and
that happens every time I go.
Do you remember when I got tricked like 800 times until you guys like, and then there one time I was with you guys like, don't give them anything, they're lying to you. I was like, oh no.
They're always lying. Yeah. They even have to put a sign outside of that Target now to stop people from trying to sell shit right
Yeah, because I always bought it. I was like, oh, you need help with your basketball game? Of course I'll give you $20.
Oh, well, guess what Adam got scammed into recently?
What did he do?
We were walking through the mall in Glendale, and these fucking douchers ran up to him and were like, dude, you want us to shine your shoes?
Oh, you... What was that got you?
He bought $80 shoe shine kit for no fucking reason.
When has anybody actually wanted someone to shine their shoes?
I didn't. I wasn't even wearing good shoes to be shining. They're just like Sperry's that
They
were
just
like
caught
canvas.
him, and then he was trapped, and he couldn't escape.
Nobody went to help me. They all ran away.
What are we supposed to do? Like, back off, doucher. You can make his own decision.
Yeah, it would have been really nice.
You should have said, leave her alone.
I lost a bunch of money.
Yeah, but that's what you deserve.
Did
you even shine your shoes after?
I lost the bucks.
Fuck off, Adam.
Sorry.
You please tell me you're lying.
No, I have no idea where it is.
I should really start trying to scam you more, Adam.
You
Jesus fucking
should.
Christ.
You probably make good money.
I'm gonna print out a mixtape on a blank CDR and put it in your hands, and then just expect you to pay me.
There's also that we were at a Best Buy, and this guy was like, you need ID. You need ID to go up to the counter. We're like, what?
Yeah.
And he was like, you need ID.
I instantly was like, nope. And I kept walking because the guy was clearly fucking.
Yeah, and then he's like, you need ID to buy this mixtape. And
yes.
I was like, what?
Yes.
It
was one of those Santa Monica guys who tried peddling their mixtapes.
Was that supposed to be a D's nuts kind of thing?
No, he literally was like, guys, you got to know this before you go in there. There's new terms and service. And they were like, oh yeah. And I was like, I know something's up. So I just kept walking.
Yeah, he got me really good. I stayed behind, I listened to hear him out.
I like it when video games asses light on fire and they hold it and go, ow!
That's always been a staple, and I love it.
Mario started that.
It's great.
What? But Mario went,
ow! No, he went,
no, he went,
no, he went,
the Tom and Jerry.
God damn it, I get scammed a lot.
You sure do.
You do, and you never learn.
I know! So fucking annoying.
That's what you get. It's that Swedish trust.
And every time you get
we trust everyone. Please come in and fuck us.
He just wants to sell the mixtape.
Anyway. This is Witch Hunt, the new beginning. A new beginning.
A nude?
A new beginning. I ever tell you about that guy in my class who was just like, he used to bully me, but then one day he came in and he drew a really picture of like a lion man. And he was like, hey, I wanted to show you this. And he showed it to me, and he wrote on it, Final Fantasy, a new beginning.
And it was a lion?
And it was
you
a
ever
lion
told that
man?
on this before?
I don't know.
That's funny. You should tell us.
But this guy still like bullied me and hit me. And he's like, I wanted to get your approval.
Hey, I know you're the only other person who understands what this is. That really was it. He was like, well, this is the
I know I've heard you spazzing out about Final Fantasy
I know I've
before.
kicked your ass for talking about Final Fantasy, but Look at my cool OC.
We should talk about, okay, Chris, we should talk about when you went to this place, what happened today.
What place?
Because it was fucking weird.
To the Shadow Radical
To the place,
Highway?
I don't know if we want to like throw them.
We went to our favorite diner.
That was a good diner.
And I've been defending this fucking diner.
Wait, which one is it?
Donkey Kong!
Okay.
I've been defending it. Everyone's always like, I got spaghetti there and it was fucking gross. And I was like, why would you get spaghetti there?
Well, he said he liked it so much that he kept getting plates and he got sick because he had too many.
Anyway, people kept being like, sucks. I would always be like, no, they got the best BLT. Anyway, today I took a bite out of my BLT and I fucking pulled out a massive fucking chunk of plastic. I would have choked if I swallowed it. And then I was like, I found a massive chunk of plastic in my thing. And she tried grabbing it out of my hand while it was still covered in my spit and slop. And I tried not giving it to her, and then I was expecting to get a free sandwich.
You kind of should have, because you
Wait,
could have
did
choked
that
on
not
it.
happen? What did happen?
She was just like, oh my goodness, and she was
She's
like
I'll
feigning
tell
ignorance.
him.
She's like,
I'll
tell them, and she
then,
stormed off.
And then we got a full bill, and I was like, okay.
Yeah,
that just takes one person not noticing it and choking.
I know.
Yeah, that's like literally a lawsuit right behind next
I was
door.
like, am I chewing on a piece of bone? What is this?
It's disgusting.
I know.
Wait,
I
was
know.
it hard plastic or like soft plastic?
It was hard. It was like look, it was that size. It was that, and it was a square of plastic, square, and it was hard.
That's fucking
That's disgusting.
It was the plastic that you get when you know when you get bread and you take the plastic off.
So basically, this fucking place made you into a sea turtle and didn't even give you food for free.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Like, I don't want to be a bitch. I don't want to be a bitch, but I do think I should have gotten like a discount or something.
Yeah. A free dessert or some shit. I don't
the
know.
owner should have come out and gone, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
He should have gotten on his fucking hands and knees and said,
Please, don't ruin
Chris
me.
O'Neill.
Don't ruin me, spare me, please. Yeah, that's what should have happened.
The owner of this place always comes over and he goes, how's the food, guys? Is it good?
Yeah, he does every
like,
single
dude,
time.
stop.
Every single time.
We don't want to talk to you about how good your food is. We're trying to discuss joke. Leave.
Yeah, you're ruining everything.
Also, you're never gonna tell him bad.
I know.
It's
Exactly.
weird. He's just kind of looking for praise or something.
He's looking for like a zesty little smooch.
He's looking to kiss his patrons, yeah.
I heard Japanese people hate weeaboos so fucking much.
Yeah, they do.
I think they hate their own otakus too.
Maybe.
Though.
Imagine you had a bunch of like people from another country coming over here with cowboy hats, going, "Where can I find a tumbleweed?" You'd be like, "Get the fuck out of my country!"
Really good point.
Get out of my country.
I feel like if you showed up in Japan though wearing a big cowboy hat and boots, everyone would want to meet you.
I think so, because I mean, they think you're crazy or something, but they would still want to meet you.
I'm from America.
There was a situation when I was in Thailand with Rodrigo and he had his cowboy hat on, and like we had a cab driver who was like obsessed with the idea that Rodrigo was a cowboy, and he was asking him like with what seemed like utter sincerity, like, you have any problems with those Indians? Like
that seems to be the biggest conception about Americans, either that we're all fatted on scooters or that we're all full of cowboy. There's really no
cowboys
in-between.
and Indians, yeah.
Yeah. Tomar, what if a curse was put on you and you were turned into a series of oblong rocks?
I was turned into a series of all, like, stacked up in the shape of my body.
Yeah, and you could only sit there and watch as things unfolded around you, but you had no, and you were sentient forever.
If you want to try picking that up.
Yeah, look at that.
When you say oblong, what do you fucking mean by that?
Oblong as in like
the oblongs.
Not symmetrical. Yeah.
Chris, your favorite show. When I first met Chris, we talked for about 7 hours straight about the oblongs.
Yep.
He goes, "What's your favorite episode?" And that was it. That was the beginning of the beginning.
No, I was tricked into buying the full series on DVD by a fucking idiot, though, when I was a little kid.
Wait, really?
Yeah, when we visited America, my favorite place to go is FYE. What's the name of it?
I remember that.
For Your
Entertainment. It was basically a Tower Records.
Yeah, and I used to be like, oh my god, every DVD in the world is in this store. And then I went up to this fat guy that looked really cool, and I was like, what is the best show ever? And he was just like, The Tick, the live-action series, and the Oblongs. And he told me to buy both of them, and they both kind of sucked.
God fucking damn it, like, you exited out of the whole entire game.
Get owned,
I seriously
you quit the entire
I'm about to spout a conspiracy. I think all these fucking games are made in the same Walmart with the same guy's fucking Alienware computer. This is driving me insane.
Like $20.
Petty.
Yeah.
Petty, tell the story of both Walmart visits on both trips.
Oh yeah, so the first trip, so Chris the whole time was like,
when you go to Walmart in LA, like people are actually physically like, right? And I was like, it cannot be that bad. I just, no, it can't be that bad. So we're like, okay. So he brings me down to Walmart and we go in.
Yeah.
And we walked up and we were like, can you guide? Like, we're looking to buy a fishing license for Castic Lake.
Yeah.
And what did the girl do? Like, what did she do? She was like, follow me now, follow me down here.
No, she went, fishing license!
Yeah, I just screamed it like, it's like, aisle 4, fishing license.
And then she walked away without saying, come this way.
Just walks away.
And then we're like, I guess we're following her. And then she brought us to another lady, and then she's like, okay, there, talk to her. And we were like, can we get a fishing license? She went, huh?
Yeah. We were like, no, to add to that, right? to support that, right? We were standing in the fishing zone. And she was behind the fishing counter, and we went, we're looking for one single fishing license.
And it was literally her job.
Yeah, and she went like, and we were like, fishing license. Yeah. And she had to call somebody on the radio. Then I get tapped on the shoulder, and I turn around, and there's an old guy with a walking stick with a kid's shoe glued to the end. And he just goes, I'm going crazy.
like God perfectly timed that. Yeah, like no clip this man behind you to make your day better. Yeah, that's pretty fucking funny.
And then I went back. Today.
Wait, Patty. Wait. A little context. Today, Patty. No, for the last 2 days, Patty's arrived. He's saying, bring me to Walmart, bring me to Walmart, bring me to Walmart. I'm like, God damn it, Patty, I don't want to fucking go to Walmart. It sucks. It sucks getting there, it sucks parking there, it sucks walking inside, it sucks walking through waves of fat people who don't understand boundaries. It sucks! And I don't want to go there. So I was like, today, Patty, just take my car and you go. So he goes, now Patty, explain what happened.
I was trying to get a SIM card, like, so I walked up to a girl and I just went like, I was like, hi, yeah, I just need
play the game.
It's a good fishing game.
Yeah, I was like, sorry, I was like, I just need an American SIM card. That's the literal. Chris, I'm also going to tell them the story about me going to get something to eat.
Yeah.
But I went, yeah, I went. Can I have one single SIM card, please? And she was just like, And I was like, SIM card, please. And she just shrugged her shoulders, like, I don't know. And I was just like, well, what do you mean? Like, I was like, you actually work here, you're employed here. Like,
press any key.
Like, what do I do to get?
Whoa.
What do I do to get a SIM card? And she was like, I don't know. You could try electronics if you want. And I was like, well, is that where I'll get it? Like, I don't want to walk there if that's not where I'm going to get it. Like, eventually I get down to the fucking counter, and in fairness, the woman behind the counter at electronics was fine, but then there was a guy, and he had just bought a telly, and she was just like,
that's a TV.
She was like, okay, sir, like if you pay like a $30 extra, like you get like 5 years warranty. And she goes like, should I add it on, sir? And he was like, yeah. And then she was like, so you want it? He was like, no. And then she just like looked at me, and she looked at me, gave me a look, and I was like, I know he's. And I was like, there's nothing I can do to save you here. Like, and like, then she was like, so do you do want it? And he was like, I do, but I don't want it. And then he was like, well, where do you get a shopping cart around here? And just screams it. And I was like, it's true. This place is
it breeds. Like, Walmart is the scariest place. I have a funny story too. Me and Dave were just looking for fucking batteries, and apparently Walmart has signed a deal with the devil, and they don't have places anymore where you can get batteries. They're just in the front when they will it to God to exist. Because like, I asked somebody and I was like, excuse me, do you know where the batteries are? He's like, we don't have those. And I'm like, okay, how do you not have batteries here? He's like, no, actually we do, but not here. And I'm like, can you tell me where the batteries are? And then he walked away, and then I found someone else, and I'm like, do you know where the batteries are? They're like, they're in the front. And we walked up there, we went up each aisle. All it had was those fucking I don't know, those batteries that you stick in like old fucking RC cars from like the 90s. Those like block ones that nobody fucking uses anymore.
Like a 9-volt, like a D battery.
9-volt. That's all they fucking have in Walmart is 9-volt batteries at every corner. And not a single double or AAA anywhere. We walked up and down the aisle, endless 9 volts. And I'm like, do you have a AAA or AA? And I asked somebody, the lady's like, up here. We walked up the aisle, me and Dave, and then she looked at me dumbfounded and walked away. And I'm like, I guess we don't. And we just happened to be walking by the Windex section, and there was a fucking AA battery there. And so I grabbed it. I'm like, we're never going to Walmart again for batteries. Because in fucking Target, there's a dedicated area, and in Giant, there's a dedicated area. So fuck you, Walmart.
I hate Walmart. It's such an AIDS-ridden shithole.
there's a thing that happens in Walmart and like Costco parking lots where people just lose all survival instinct and like act as if they will themselves to die. It is the most frustrating thing on the fucking planet when these fucking wall-eyed people are just walking in the middle of the fucking parking lot.
Oh my god.
Lengthwise down the street. Like, just get to the fucking side.
Yeah, they literally just walk down the center. They think it's a giant like sidewalk.
No, have I told you guys about my kill lines proposition?
No.
So what I propose is there's like a standardized width that all parking lots have to be. So this is fair. And you put red lines that are like out a little bit from where the cars park. And if you walk outside of those lines, you are legally allowed to fucking run the person over.
I agree.
Now, I know what you're thinking, right? Kids, right? That's going to be the main perpetrator that's going to walk out in front. Nobody wants to run over a kid. And I've thought of that. If a child walks outside of the red lines, it is illegal not to run them over. So you have to do it or you go to jail. And that's how I fix that.
Yeah, I mean, that's
genius.
Good. It is genius.
This is why they pay you the big Lyle bucks.
I know, exactly.
The big Lyle bucks.
Patty, now tell your story about...
Yeah, like, so the first time I came to LA last year, Chris was like, I get once again, he was like, beware, people here are actually handicapped.
Beware.
So,
just in fast food.
Yeah,
they just are.
They are.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
stupid.
Just are. Sorry.
So I was like, once again, I went like, I don't believe this. I have to see it for myself. And I'm taking people at that.
It's worse than I exaggerate. It's
no, so like I was basically saying I'm like seeing the good in people until I know different. And then so anyway, me and Mirren like went down for breakfast one morning without Chris, and we were like, we'll go get a bit of breakfast, but I wanted something healthy. So we went into that Carl's
Jr.
place.
Carl's Jr.
So I was like, right, I don't really know where to go, nor does he. So let's go in here and tell them that we don't want to eat here, but we'd like to know where's a good place to go eat, right?
But first of all, that's very weird to do. that is weird. It's like, hi, I don't want to come here. Could you tell us somewhere else to go? Like that is weird.
We're looking for better food than Carl's Jr.
So far, I'm not on your side with this.
But in Ireland, that's a very normal thing to do.
But like the context is that like it's like I wasn't going to go in and take a seat and be served. I was going to walk in and go, hi, I'm not from around here. Like, where's there a good... Like, we're looking for this.
I see.
I do want to fight for Patty here. In Ireland, you can do that and nobody will think any differently.
We're looking for a... Like, I wanted to go in and say, we don't... Like, sorry to disturb you, we don't want to eat, like, fast food.
Yeah, it's garbage. But, like, we want healthy.
Can you just point me in the right direction? Like, so I went in and went up to the counter and like, hi, how you doing? And I was like, I was just wondering, like, we want to have some breakfast, but we didn't want to have fast food this morning. Like, is there anywhere around here, like, that serves X kind of food, right? And she was like, I don't know what you mean. And I was like, well, so I don't want to eat here, but I want to eat somewhere around here that isn't here but is this kind of food. And she was like, sir, I'm gonna have to call my manager. And then she started walking away, and I actually went like, stop. I went like, you can do this. You can think with your own brain. Like I promise you can complete this task, right?
She's like, huh?
Yeah, she was like,
what? Her eyes are blinking like rapidly.
Yeah, she was like, I don't understand what you're saying. I was like, this is rudimentary behavior. I was like, all you have to do is think about places you know in your brain and then recommend them to me, and then I'll go there. And she just went like, I'm gonna have to call the manager. And I was just like, I was like, okay, I tell you what, forget it. Like, it's fine.
You have such an elegant way of putting people down. Like, not like down, but like putting them down, like calling them off the top of a building that they're gonna kill themselves.
This
That's what I
is
mean.
something like in Act 3, like she's gonna find out how to recommend a breakfast place to somebody, and it's gonna be inspirational.
But Lyle, she like I literally mean this, right? She literally couldn't understand the concept of recommendation of another place. Like,
she probably thought she'd get in trouble for doing that.
In fairness, that did cross my mind in the end, so that probably was what was going on.
But it's still like, come on.
But then anyway, it just affirmed what Chris was saying. I was like, you're absolutely right.
She could have like written it on a piece of paper and like slid it over to you when
like,
the manager was.
Do you want to know what my experience living here has been?
What's that?
Is every time someone visits LA, which is all my friends at least multiple times a year, I'm coming to LA. Dude, my house is full at all times, right? But anyway,
that's true.
People always come in, they go, man, I really want the thing I don't have at home, like In-N-Out or Carl's Jr. or Jack in the Box or blah blah. I'm like, okay, I'll take you there, but I'm warning you,
it's gonna not be the order you asked for because everyone here's lo and behold, every fucking time we get an order any single place, it's always wrong. Every fucking time. It's like, what are the odds of that?
Have you guys ever been to a real life psychic before?
No.
Would you want to go?
I mean, I guess. Sure. If it
I'm
was
not,
like,
I'm not even kidding, by the way. I went a couple days ago, and the woman was crazy.
did you actually go to one?
Yeah, Adam, Michael, and I went. We literally found the worst rated one in all of Burbank. And she was literally, so we went in and like the door was open the whole time. And it was like, there was cars driving by. And the lady, I was the subject because we were debating. Like I was like,
I can just imagine you sitting there with a big smile
I
on
was
your
trying
head.
not to so hard. And the woman was like, you have a, she put her hand on my head. She goes, you have a demon attached to you. Basically, she was saying there was a demon attached to me floating around me. And I lied. She was like, I just lied about my life. She just followed all of it. And
of course.
And yeah, it's not real. But then she was saying stuff. We tried to convince her Mothman was real. She was like, Michael was like, yeah, you said something bad happened. We went into West Virginia. And I was like, yeah, some evil orb flew into my mouth. and Adam goes, yeah, I didn't believe you about that. The woman goes, no, it's real. It's real. Anyways, we should all go to a shitty psychic and record it.
Dude, that'd be good. That's a great idea.
What do you want?
Your hand in marriage.
Yeah. I would never get married.
To a Lego?
To a lesbian.
That would be unfortunate.
Yeah,
for her.
Yeah, not for me.
Time I'm 40.
I got lied to
by a lesbian?
Well, kind of.
What'd she say?
Oh, I definitely no, I can't.
What?
It's really.
What? What is it, Adam?
Nothing.
Okay.
Die.
You should tell the story about your threesome.
Oh, that was it.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I was in Paris, and there was these. When I was living there and working there, there's these two like fucking lesbian couple.
I'm not even talking about that threesome story.
Oh, with the Russian dude?
Yeah.
Oh, that was really uncomfortable. Yeah, I had another threesome that wasn't with women. It was not with lesbian women. That was with a straight man and a woman. Might have been bi, who knows? He was definitely bi. Well, anyway, back to the story. So you know when you're supposed to like fuck, like, well, you know when you're supposed to have a threesome and you're like fucking a girl with your bro and you're supposed to just be like, this is for bros, we're not gonna be gay, this is bro shit. Anyway, so we were like, oh, this is gonna be fun, man, it's gonna be so bonding, it's gonna be good. And then we got into my bedroom and we got in the nude and I was like, alright, let's rail her. And then basically, he went to my freezer and he grabbed ice cubes. I was like, he's like, I'm gonna grab ice cubes. I was like, okay, go grab some goddamn ice cubes, let's do this thing. And then he started trying to put them on me. And he started trying to put ice cubes on me. I was like, dude, what the fuck? I got so goddamn uncomfortable that I got up and walked out of the room. And we never hung out again.
You told me you tried rubbing your nipples.
Yeah, with ice cubes.
Badass.
Yeah.
Do you want me to play this, by the way?
Yeah, let him play. Sure. How did you have sex with two lesbians?
They were a couple.
Well, one hole for the dick, one hole for the balls.
No, it was really weird. They kept like...
I just imagined it. Sorry, go.
What? Are you sure this is appropriate?
No.
Well, I fucked the lesbian lovers. They were lovers. I'm not gay, but they're lovers. And I was like, and we were at a club, and we all got really drunk, and I met they were just in a group, and I was like, hello. And then they came back to my apartment.
That was it. Hello.
No, yeah, and they were
like, oh.
If only it was that easy all the time.
They were at my apartment, and anyway, they were like making out and like getting freaky. In my second bedroom, I walked in, I was like, can I join? They're like, sure. And I was like, really?
It's so badass.
It was fun. And then, oh yeah, they were really fucking attractive. I hit them up for like a long time after. They never responded to me.
They regretted it.
Probably. I didn't regret it. It was cool.
Adam, you're crazy.
Me?
Yeah.
Why? He's crazy. I'm not crazy.
That's Rex Fury.
Oh, that's Rex Fury?
It's my dad.
I think we need to go up here. Good call.
Yabba dabba doo.
This guy up here at this part, it's Jeff at the Newgrounds vending machine.
Get out of there.
We don't have an accounts vending machine.
I'm fucking Jeff.
Stealing my money.
Wait, Chris, Jeff, there's been nothing in there for 4 years. Yeah?
There's an item.
Oh! Actually, a funny thing about the vending machine.
That's you guys at the fucking
There
YouTube
was, like-
headquarters asking for nostalgia critic videos.
There was a root beer that had been sitting in the fucking vending machine for like 8 years, and then it finally exploded one day.
Wait,
and
really?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Did that happen?
Yeah, that happened. There was just like some gunk at the bottom of the thing one day. It was like all syrupy. It was old root beer.
Do you remember when I told you I ate the 5-year-old pudding? You remember that?
Oh yeah.
Did you really do that?
You should tell this story.
Because some dickhead gave me a habanero pepper and I ate it and it was so hot and as I was like suffering because there was nothing to drink, he's like, "Here, take this." And he pulled this pudding out that was in the back of the fridge for like 5 fucking... I'm not joking. 5 years.
Was it chocolate or vanilla?
It was vanilla.
Oh no.
And it tasted like puke.
Oh god.
It used to be vanilla. And then I put a spoonful of that in my mouth and spit it out. It was like a comedy of errors.
That sucked.
Can I tell you guys a cool cousin story?
Oh, yeah.
Sure, dude.
When I was younger, my cousins, they were older guys. They had the Super Nintendo and I didn't. So I'd go down to theirs and watch them play Mario World. And I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And anyways, they didn't get this game specifically because they said it looked really cool. And then I looked up to them and I was like, yeah, it is really cool. And then that's why I never played this one.
Oh, this game is legitimately really good.
I know, but I was
it's a good game, dude.
I know, but I was like,
oh my god.
I was steered wrong by
what? They just go wherever they want.
Shadows that show you.
I see the shadows, but it's still.
Tomar, you're supposed to avoid the giant
Tomar, you're the
cannonballs.
first person ever to get game over on
baby game level 1 2. Look, that was my warm up.
Tor, this game is an autism test, and you failed it.
It is.
You don't have
that was my
autism to complete this game.
Chris, no,
I'm gonna ace it. I'm gonna ace it this time. That was all just a practical joke.
Tomar, if you don't,
listen, I was pranking the audience, making them think I was really awful.
Yeah, so you could
Chris,
have a redemption.
I knew people that didn't play the Zelda Wind Waker because they said
if I do.
I know lots of people that said that.
Yeah, they're like, I don't want to play that one.
Oh yeah, a lot of people whined about how cartoony it looked.
I know, it was like the best.
They're like, it's a baby game because it's like got cartoon.
To be fair, Nintendo did that to themselves. They had that cool ass tech demo where
E3 or whatever.
Yeah, where they had Link fighting Ganon and it looked all like it basically looked like Twilight Princess and everyone was like, "This is what the next Zelda's gonna be," and then they made Link a baby.
I do remember that.
That is a funny bait and switch.
So now can I tell Lyle what the hell you did to me the other day?
Yeah.
Lyle, I mean not Lyle. Chris was a menace. Like, when was this?
What are you talking? I've done 2 bad things this week.
What was the second one?
The pole.
The pole?
The pole.
What'd you do with the pole?
The pole of water, you dummy.
The pole of water.
You said it made you sick.
Oh, the dirty water. Yes, the tainted water. Oh, Chris was a bad man in Santa Barbara.
No, we were all.
What
we were,
the hell
we,
are you talking
we all
about?
Were. No, I was stupid. So basically, me and Adam and Marcus, my friend, we all drove down to Santa Barbara because we wanted to have a nice, fun night out before Marcus went back to Ireland. And we got really drunk. And then we were walking around town. And we were all really wasted. And then we were walking by this pole sticking out of the ground, like, you know those things to stop cars from driving into people?
Yeah.
Like a steel pole. But the cap, the circular cap had come off the top. And then I noticed it and I walked over to it and it was full of water. And I was like, oh, I put all this water in here. And I started fingering the pole. Like I was fingering it really violently. And then the water started like spewing out of it like it was squirting and we all started laughing. But then Adam came over and he put his mouth up to it. And I made it like squirt into his mouth with his mouth open. And then we were all laughing about it. And then we left and we were like, that was funny. But then the next day we woke up like really hungover. We were like, ugh. And we went and got food. And then we went back into town. We were looking for like nice breakfast, but then we somehow managed to find the exact same pole. We were walking by it, and I was like, "Dude, we should see what the water looks like." And then we recorded it, and we held the camera up to it, and we zoomed in, and it was just pure fucking oil. It was like disgusting, like there's like disgusting oil and like hairs and dirt, and it's so nasty. Adam drank that. Adam, that's like oil and like.
Chris, don't look at
That's like evil looking.
Chernobyl's finest.
You made me do it. Look at that. That's insane. Adam, look at that.
Oh,
so goop.
Makes me sick to my stomach when I think about it.
Then Adam was like, I think that made me really sick for a few days.
Yeah, it was so fucking gross.
You gotta kill John the Pillar.
I'm not vile. Chris is vile. Chris threw it into my mouth.
You ate it. I was fingering it.
Yeah, Chris was fingering it.
You're the one who ran up to it and begged for
For a mouthwash. Yeah. Oh man, that was some.
What was the other thing? You said I did something bad.
You tricked me into thinking you're gonna break your TV, and it made me really sad for some reason.
Yeah.
Because I have this problem when I feel bad for items that I care
do too,
about.
but this Steve, I don't feel bad for items that constantly betray me.
It didn't betray you.
It does. It's betraying me.
It's old. It's an old item.
So then it's time to get rid of it, so you might as well smash it.
That's not true.
Yeah,
That's not true.
Yeah, What else are you gonna do with it? Just let it take up space?
Before your grandma expires, you smash her.
No, but when it's her time to pass on, you pull
You're
the
like,
plug.
okay, no, you do not. It's not what you do.
Adam, the TV has 3 massive, like, sunspots, and I don't even know what's going on with it.
We could get it fixed or something.
I don't want it fixed. I want a new TV. It's also a shitty TV. The Wi-Fi radius sucks, so it's always cutting out.
The Wi-Fi radio what?
I bought into the curved thing when I bought it.
Oh,
Is it 3D too?
No, I didn't. It wasn't that.
You're not that much of a sucker.
No,
Okay.
Yeah. The curve is kind of cool when you're sitting in the middle and looking at it.
I think so too. So
But that
don't
TV
smash
deserves
it.
to die. But anyway, I kept holding up things and pretending like I was gonna throw things at the TV, and then Adam started getting really mad. It's like, dude, if you really smash the TV, I'm gonna be upset.
I was gonna be really upset. I was ready to like walk out the door. I was like, you
I wasn't
fucking
gonna do
asshole.
it, but it was my right to do it.
It's not
I
a
own
right.
the TV.
I
I
know
bought
you
it.
own it, but-
You freeload and you watch it. You suck up all of the electrons and you watch it.
I put those yellow spots there.
Well, it was me.
It was
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
Especially with as much compassion for the TV as you have.
I have compassion.
You
for
had
it.
to know what would have happened.
You've got a passion for fashion, you brat.
That's true. That's true. I do like fashion. I go on commando. I don't know why.
He's single, ladies.
My cock's always
So when I was at the mall once, I got swindled.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was you know those how kiosks they got like kiosks in malls.
Yeah.
There was a guy there and he's like, hey man, you want your shoes shined? This sounds racist. I know, but like stick with me here. And I'm like what? And I kind of went over there because I didn't know what the fuck was happening. But he looked at my shoes. He's like, wait. He's like, actually, your girlfriend needs her shoes signed because like I had like just bought new shoes.
Yeah.
And like he was right. My girlfriend's shoes were like dirty, so he like started shining it. This sounds so fucking like weird, but it was what it is. Okay, it was a black dude who was shining my shoes. I'm not trying to be a fucking hierarchy, a top bigoted cis male. I'm telling you what it was. And
yeah,
he totally fucking sold it, man. He was one of the best sales pitchers I've ever seen. He was fucking hilarious.
Oh no, the ring, Corey.
I know, I'm fucked. It doesn't matter.
Oh.
Because I'm playing as a character who sucks. But I ended up paying $35 for shoe cleaners because he sold it to me, and I'm like, damn it, you got me.
Patty. Yeah. This exact shot. Ooh, brown
That's a big trout. Holy fuck, that's a brown big trout.
I wanted to watch it for another while.
Oh.
I bet there's a 3D viewer.
I want to.
Patty, that shot. Look down in the water.
Oh, it's all musky out.
Do you remember when I made that video of a fake fish?
Yeah, it looks exactly like that.
So me and Patty recorded us looking down into water like that, and I used Blender to
tell him about your uncle. Your uncle was like, I've never seen a fish like that.
Yeah. I made this really demonic looking fish, like really scary with a skull face, and I put soft body physics on it so it moved really realistically. And then for some reason I in After Effects I used like a screen or a multiply blend on the thing, and it just looked photoreal. It looked like a photoreal like demon fish swimming underneath the real water. And then I showed my uncle, and I was like,
he was perplexed.
Dude, I showed it. I was like, we saw this really weird fish. Can you tell us what this is? And he was just like, oh. by God.
I've never seen that.
I've never seen anything like this. He looked like genuinely disturbed.
Was fully
it was so fucking funny.
He made like a hybrid piranha and said it was in like
dude,
it
looks
looks
scary. I gotta find it. It was really funny.
You should play it on the screen if you can.
It's a creepypasta. It's the Irish boguefish. Adam, you can play as Ninja.
Yeah, you could download Ninja.
Yeah, dude, you better grab Ninja before we get our match, dude.
If I had a gun.
The very fucking least.
Yeah, if you had a gun, yeah.
Oh, Dave, up here.
Oh,
well.
well.
Adam, think your next sentence very carefully.
I was gonna say something in the heat of the moment, but I decided not to.
Oh, I got some stuff. I got a lot of shit. I don't really want half this crap.
Ah, 10
Alright, let's get the fuck
minutes.
out of here.
Adam, are you asleep?
We need to start going.
What?
Wake up.
I should go to bed. This is bullshit.
Oh, this is what.
We
See,
need
this is
to get
why I
outta
never
here.
want to be a parent. I couldn't deal with having a kid like this.
I know he's a fucking brat.
We need to
Like
get
what?
outta here.
Fucking charmer? Fuck you.
We need to get outta
You're
here.
an
Adam,
idiot.
I helped you get poon yesterday, and this is the thanks
You
I
did
get.
not. You went to a
you went
40-year-old
nonverbal
man.
and he had to end up
you
like
went,
lifting
no,
up the
I
weight.
got your mouth.
I
You
scored
went to that 45-year-old man. You're like, you want some?
That's not what he said. He said
Something like that. You pervert.
We were standing outside the
Pervert.
Chinese store, and Adam was like, "I need Slash, I need Poon." So I was trying to help him hit on the girl who delivers the Chinese food.
That was a man, a middle-aged man.
Well, outside you were getting pissy and really horny about it. So I told,
was.
since you were being embarrassing, I told that guy outside who was also waiting for his food.
Damn, I'm getting a
I
lot
said,
of shit.
"Excuse me,
Oh, dude, get
my
that.
friend is really
That's
horny
epic.
and he really needs a girlfriend."
That is not what you
want
say
that?
to strangers.
There you go.
Exactly.
Well, he didn't seem to mind that I said that
Was that
at all.
somebody?
Too.
Dave,
No,
if
it's
you walk
not.
up to a stranger and say the word horny within the first sentence, there's a problem.
There's a damn problem.
You'll win him
I
over.
Dave!
I wasn't saying I was horny. I was saying you were horny.
You
and
can't say that to people.
He smiled and laughed and gave us a thumbs up.
What was he supposed to do? Drool and be like, "Oh, okay, I'll take care of that for you." It's fucking crazy, Dave.
Well, I didn't say, "Hey, dude, you got some dome you can spare my friend? He needs it real bad."
Dude.
I was just telling him that you really wanted to date the girl inside the Chinese food store.
It wasn't fucking Japanese.
Oh, whatever.
Get out of
man.
your small cultural circle, you fucking.
And you get a
Asian.
Chinese girlfriend, and you get a Chinese girlfriend.
Bro, I get the Chinese So fucking dumb.
Why can't I play?
Because you can. You just have to
didn't have it
update
ready.
Yeah, you didn't update it.
We told you you were
me
playing.
time.
You
You
had
give
like
me
30
time.
minutes. You sat around on your thumb.
Look, Adam, you get to see me
Bullshit.
beat Darth Maul and sprint and slide
This
on my
is so
ass.
fucking mean,
Dude,
It's
this
not.
is...
What were you saying, Zach, about the fart? Oh, the blast thing?
I was just saying,
What were you saying about the fart?
Chris and our good friend Adam, who frequents this channel, several times, more than fucking one time, they would be like, "Hey, you want to hang out?" I'd be like, "Yeah, sure, I'm not doing anything." And they'd come pick me up, and they'd be like, "You want to do something fun?" I'd be like, "Yo, what do you got?" And they're like, Chris goes, "Don't worry, you'll see." And he would drive through downtown Burbank and roll the windows down, and through his Bluetooth, play like wet diarrhea compilation. And it's the most childish because it's like what do you? Here's what happens. Either somebody looks over or they don't.
The funniest thing is there's so many stop signs in downtown Burbank. You have to stop and wait for people, and the rules are you can't turn it off. You have to.
Yeah, there's great rules. There's no points. There's no winning anything. It's just you have to look forward. And
yeah, no, if you look left or right, you see like 50 people staring at you.
But here's the thing, Chris. They would only hear it coming out of the car. It's clearly coming out of the fucking. They know what we're doing. That's what I was saying. It's not like a fucking.
It's funny.
It is. It's fun. It is funny because
the challenge isn't that you're pranking people. The challenge is how cool you can keep yourself. That's the challenge.
Yo, without fucking laughing.
It is. It is like a jump scare though because the farts you. I almost. Do you have a?
It goes from like super quiet. It's like you can hear the shit coming out of the ass. It's like.
But imagine that. But imagine that coming out of a Bluetooth thing where it's like reverberating.
Is this the broad diarrhea?
If you guys
sound?
remember doing gun range, you ever shoot a gun so powerful you feel like your bones rattle? That's how fucking like it shakes your entire
It gets
skull.
scary. And then you look left and right, and you see beautiful women looking at you, and you just have to try.
And they jump in the car, and you got to push them out and say like, no, like you can't
like
come
when
along.
You're sitting in class, teachers like you cannot laugh, and it's the funniest thing in the
You
world.
ever hear if you laugh, you lose?
Oh my god! First of all, like, oh my god, the tangent I want to go on, but like, it's so funny. I remember
wait. Tangent, dude.
Yeah, go on your tangent.
Tangent.
Yeah, go on.
But like,
is it a fart related tangent?
We would have arguments. We had a friend and we would have like scream arguments, kind of like this, like a Raw Sleepy Cabin. We would be yelling veins at the end of our fucking throats, and then at the peak of it, our friend would be like, "Fuck this, Siri, play the Diarrhea song volume 11." So you can't fucking turn it down, and it would be so fucking loud.
Yeah, that was classic. That was when Alexa was new. I can't remember who bought that. We would just go like play Diarrhea, and they go, it was like play, you know.
It's volume 11.
Yeah.
Once it's at 11, you can't say Siri. She can't hear
As
you
you guys can see, we have a very highbrow humor. Like shit coming out of an asshole is pretty much the only thing.
Oh, I also want to say something else about Siri. I told Chris this. I don't know if this video exists. You might be able to find it. It was a TikTok video.
It sounds so funny.
Okay, so this guy was like he was just being a little troll, a little jokester, and he went up, he was in his room, he was like, "Hey Siri, fucking fart for me, Siri, fucking fart." And then Siri's like, "Okay," and she goes, like the most wettest fucking fart sound, and he was like, "Ugh, what the fuck?"
It's like a real video. It's not a joke.
Real.
And then she goes, "Do you want me to do that again?"
Yeah, he's like, "Do you know?"
Is that a thing that all of them do? Do they all do that?
No.
The thing is, she said it seductively. She was like, "Okay."
She was trying.
Well, or something like that. And he was
I think
just
that's
like,
how that movie Her is, right? Basically, that.
Yeah.
It's
She
that
goes,
movie
"Do you
Her.
want me to do that again?" He goes, "No."
Yeah, he was like, "Ugh, no, fuck." Hey, editor, do a scene from Her where he's like,
edit that audio over Her.
And he's like, and she plays the diarrhea farts.
Hi.
Hi. How you doing?
I'm well. How's everything with you?